stays crunchy and milk.
Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
Yes, it's Cleveland's longest running podcast and the place to hang with your internet besties. Got questions or comments? The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy, of course, being spelled with a K.
Stays Crunchy.
You can also give us a call or message us at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy.
We're available anywhere fine podcasts are, and of course at the website stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And now,
Stays Crunchy.
on with the
Stays
show.
Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays
So,
Crunchy. Stays
me and
Crunchy.
Young Dan
Stays
were talking
crunchy,
about
stays crunchy.
just about work stuff because I know it sounds strange, like, oh yeah, we work together, but because they do, and I mean, at this point, we haven't worked together in like 4 years, but we were talking about like 4-day work weeks. Bernie Sanders is trying to, see if he can get it in order for us. I feel like I would love to work 4 days a week. Working 10-hour days wouldn't be a stretch. An hour before, an hour after would be pretty good for me. And of course, having that extra day during the week, I would love to have Tuesdays off so I can go to Cinemark and get that $5 movie day. It would be all good.
So this is something I believe they do in France, but only it only started like in the last few years.
Oui.
And another thing is, you know how this country rolls and how companies roll. All they're going to do is be like, okay, 4 days. Well, it's going to be these 4 days this week, these 4 days next week, blah, blah, blah. It won't be a consistent pull because they're going to be like, everybody can't have Friday off. It's like, it'd be real dope if you just did that and let us all have Friday off. And so it's just like, I get the lusciousness of how it seems like, yeah, it could be, but then I already know what it's going to be. It's going to be done in a manner that's poor.
Yeah,
and this is something
we had it we had it a long time ago.
Oh, it was years ago when they let us try that 4 day. Like, yeah, you can work 10 hours, but again, it was work Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, come back in Thursday, Friday this week, and then the next week do this, do that. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
it's like everybody
did. Everybody did want the Friday, but like I said, I always was the weird one. Like, I'm cool. I'll take that Tuesday.
Sure thing. What I'm saying is, if you just get rid of Friday in general across the board, nobody got to work on Friday. And I mean, nobody is in the whole the country. Basically, is like Friday off, just vibes. See what I'm saying? Nothing. I don't want grocery stores open. I don't want restaurants open. I want that to be a true day off. And it's just not how capitalism functions. And so I keep hearing these politicians throw out these ideas as if they think they got like juice. I point to noted former Smack user RFK, who was running, talk about having Aaron Rodgers or Jesse Ventura as his running mate. And I was just like,
the muscle cabinet
joke. This is an actual honest to God joke, because I don't think you truly understand civics and how the office of the presidency functions. And then, like, I remember Rob was talking about how Killer Mike was on talking with him about his plans for to combat the what was it, child support. And it's just like, was child support really wrecking you that much, or whatever? Or on the flip, do you really think teen pregnancies are a huge issue like they were once upon a time when you knocked your old bird up back in the day? Because it's surely not. The numbers for Gen Z just ain't fucking. They just not.
They eating ass.
But also teen pregnancy is like super, super, super down. So it's like they be whipping up plans and ideals that don't. They be whipping up problems. You know what I'm saying? Ideals for problems that don't exist, and that's why it's like. It's why people who are not in politics drive me insane trying to just jump into politics because they feel like somebody has to shake it up. Well, bro, no, nothing needs to be shaken up. It just needs to function as intended. And when it functions as intended, it's a fine system.
Yeah,
but I know what they juice is. They're gonna be like, "Well, it ain't functioning as intended." Well, yeah, because the other side of this debate consistently wants to fuck it up. They want to pretend that the government doesn't work, and to make it not work, they have to do shit to make it not work, like not pass budgets when they need to be passed, and not pass laws in general in this particular Congress that we have right now because shit just ain't getting done because they refuse to do it. And then like they had one guy and they was like, I don't like him. Put another guy in there. So they kick their own mans out, got another man, and still don't get shit done. It's like I said, it's like this is a straight up down the line situation. And people be like, you're picking teams, you're picking sides. No, I know one side is making it a point to not govern. That is their deal because they always want to say the government doesn't work. And so then they just don't govern to be like, see, it don't work. Well, no, you ain't working. The process works. It works fine all around the globe, in fact. So, yeah, man, yeah. So Bernie Sanders, yeah, sure thing. Whip up a 4-day week and tell me and explain that to me. Make it happen. Tell me and lay the rules bare for it so motherfuckers can't play no games like, well, you know what I'm saying? You got to work these days. Truly make that shit Monday through Thursday, call that shit a wrap. But he's not going to do that. Won't even be on offer. Yeah, they always going to be like, well, businesses need to be open on Friday. Do they? Like I said, if we all close,
I mean, Big Mac's got to happen, no matter what we do, whatever we got going on in life. But it's funny, like Tubi is showing this dark side now. Like I'm getting those political ads. Because of course you can't get like Tubi Plus or nothing like that yet, where you can get it ad free, and it cracks me up some of the, this guy's not even a politician. That's like, why is that like a upside to getting somebody elected?
I definitely agree with that notion. I do agree that this dude not being a politician matters. Because that means, in theory, this person has no experience into the realm of what needs to be done, and not understanding what needs to be done or how the office functions is why we have what we have right now in the Congress of the United States of America. I need you to be a politician. I need you to have some political understandings. I need you to have at least been on city council somewhere, mock student government or some shit, so you have some kind of civics underneath your fucking underneath your belt. You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm a hell of a risk player. I think I can. I think I can really handle this.
Ukraine is weak and feeble. I honestly am. I was listening to Wind Up today, and Cypher Sounds just drives me insane because he be on some nonsense. But he like, I don't choose sides. I'm nothing. I'm not even in the middle. I'm not playing the game. But in Cypher Sounds, shut the fuck up, because you're not involved in the political process. This means your opinion on this matter holds no water. So just be quiet. That's it. If you're telling me that you are not going to vote or not participate or not be bothered by any of this situation, then please don't complain. Please don't discuss it. Please don't say what people should be doing, because you just told me you don't want to fucking get down with this. So cool. You don't got to get down. You're not forced to do anything. Just be quiet.
Agreed.
And they can't do that. They want to be loud, and they want to get people upset, and they want to get shit going. And it's like, nah, bruh, shut the fuck up. You in this? You in the fight, or you not? Which one is it?
Most of the time they're not. Like, I feel like people just like getting other people's dander up. They don't care. They rather play the devil's advocate than really think of a solid argument.
Exactly. He was like, I see black folk really fucking around with Trump this time, and his co-host was like, really? What proof do you have of that? And when asked for proof, some dudes just be saying. Some dudes just be saying.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
everybody gonna have those, you know, those couple people that prove the rule. Like, I fuck with Trump because of this, and most of just like with the sneaker thing a couple weeks ago. I know we really didn't cover it because, like, you know, just how time worked out. But like, ain't no real sneakerheads fucking with those ugly ass shoes. And on
Fat
top
Joe
of
bought them shits, claiming to be because he a collector.
yeah, like the more like Fat Joe's becoming one of those dudes that like regrettably you just got to back away from. Like,
Correct.
He's just. I mean, him said nigga years ago. We should have figured it out then, but.
Yeah, I guess that probably should have been on a marker. Like, that's a red flag.
And but yeah, like, and then like they had to lower the cost of the shoes because they weren't selling.
Yeah, I because of course me and Gabriel are constantly talking politics. So when I saw the picture pop up, I sent him a screenshot of those once $400 shoes marked down to $80, and still probably not gonna sell because they're ugly.
Man, I was really looking forward to seeing who not to fuck with out in these streets. I was really looking forward to that. Like, you know, some people, you know, got the little sticker. Some people got the one bar across the flag. But then I see you in line at McDonald's with them with those bright gold shoes that didn't come from AJ Wright. Something different.
Rod and Carrot called them the Insurrection 45s.
Yeah.
So yeah, I it's not that I don't think we should have some concerns, because we should. Like I said, I know what it's going to be, but people are like, oh my God, if RFK runs, people are going to vote for him. I'm like, I don't believe they will. I don't believe he has the I think he got money to run, because it's always some other who got dough running.
Yeah.
Like, I can do this, but I don't think he's going to pull what he thinks he's going to pull. I think
people have, like, I know me and you are weird as far as like we're interested in what happened to Kennedy a little bit, but like, ask anybody that's like maybe a year younger than Box about Kennedy and anything about the Kennedys, and they probably wouldn't care or don't know. It's not like years ago where there was like that was American royalty. Like, the Kennedy name ain't the same no more.
It doesn't carry that cachet, and that's because most of the Kennedys who did have, or did carry, passed on. So it's just like, yeah, man, it's not, it is yeah, like it's a clean fuck him, fuck all of them. This presidential race was written already beforehand, and now it's like legitimately President Biden and former President Trump have the delegates they need to get their party's nomination in the late summer here, and that's who we'll be electing and voting on in the fall, and we'll see how it all plays out, man. I know, like I said, mathematically it'll probably be like, yeah, like, a percentage point of more black people did vote for Trump this time, or something like that, and or not, because like I said, I truly don't believe that. Or a percentage point more of Asian people did, and that is possible. But like I said, all these things is not bloody likely, and it's like they keep saying it's this, it's that, and I'm like, we'll see how the year plays out. We'll see how it all spins forth here in over the next month. But like I said, I'm tired of it's far too deep. I don't like I said, I don't like people who don't have political experience trying to run for office. I just, like I said, that's how. Lauren Boebert didn't graduate high school and sits in the Congress of these United States. And I know some people was like, well, shouldn't, and people, like, lots of people don't graduate high school. And lots of people normally, under most circumstances, work commiserate jobs of that. They didn't graduate high school, so they work a job that kind of is in that vein. And that's fine. But the fact that that we just was like, she pretty. I'll vote for her. And now they don't like her, and now so she can't run for the district she's in now. They are like hands down she's going to lose to the Democrat that is running in her district this go around. So her intention is she's running in a different district. The guy currently in that district decided this week he's quitting Congress and leaving next week. Not quitting at the end of his term. No, he said I'm out next week. Here's the deal: she could run in the special election, which will be in June, to take his seat. But to do that, Colorado law requires her to step down from her current seat. Can't be running for one job and holding another job. That's just how Colorado law is written. And so people was like, that man really intentionally did this quitting right now thing to put her in a pinch. So it means that she can't run the special election because she can't quit her job. So she said, I'm going to keep representing the people of the 3rd District of Colorado, where I believe she represents now. And as opposed to trying to get in the special election for the 4th District of Colorado. She is then attempting to run for the 4th District come the fall. So basically, whoever gets this job in June is only there until the end of the year. But they also are like, the people in the 4th District are like, I don't fuck with you either. And so they're definitely not going to vote her in. So this high school dropout is going to be a one-term congressperson who just came in there and caused chaos and yelled. That's what you did. You didn't pass any laws. You didn't bring any money or anything or funds to the great state of Colorado. The things that did come to Colorado via the government were done via the Democratic side of the House and the Congress, and upstream to the Senate. So you just was just loud and angry and on TV. And about to be, I guess you can go on Fox because that's exactly what they all do. They always go on like
they all get a book deal. They all get a book deal, and they get that one book in, and that book will get
never sells. that ends up in like secondhand stores with like multiple copies of these books. It's just tragic. What an absolute waste of potential and so forth. Because what we could be doing is trying to figure out what laws we can pass together. What can we do to make this country work? What can we do to help the world and influence politics around the globe? And instead, we just like, no, I'm mad. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna show up at the State of the Union, blooded out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like banging Paru. Because that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene did, just all red, just straight blooded out, man. I'm like, this was happening now. If just because, and honestly, just because once upon a time Obama said a joke about Donald Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah,
that's where all this started from. My man cracked one Trump joke, and Trump was like, "Fuck that! I want his birth certificate," and then he started that whole thing, and everything just downhill, and it's like all that from that. It's like, bro, you can't make fun of no white man. They don't take that shit well. A white man in power, a white man with money and power, because they don't take that shit well. Not no nigga making fun of me. Fuck that, and being mad about it since. The results.
I feel like if I was to run for like anything, I guess like mayor, I think one thing I would do, and then I don't even know if I can have this in my power, but say for example, like we have like one day like every quarter, especially like here in Northeast Ohio, we got like a tremendous amount of potholes and stuff everywhere. Yeah. That'd be the one day, like you'll know what day it is, but people aren't allowed on the streets that day.
Yeah. And
you're allowed to get a temporary job helping fill in potholes. That would help like create some money. But that's just the one day. That's what is going on almost everywhere. It's just that one day. It's pothole day. You can get a job that temporary job that day. You get the day off from home. I mean, from school, from work, and it'll just be pothole day. That's what I would do.
And as soon as you be like, it's pothole day, people are like, you ain't gonna make me feel potholes. I'm like, no one's making you do a damn thing. I'm saying you stay home, but if you want to help your community, you can come help fill potholes. And then they'll be like, he's making me wear a mask, because that's what it always ends up being. Because they've decided everything must be beef, as opposed to, please wear a mask so you don't get your other people sick. We used to be able to do that. Actually, factually, that never worked. Because then they went back to, I've seen news stories from the Spanish flu outbreak, and they asked them to wear a mask then too. Same difference. Motherfuckers is like, fuck that, you ain't gonna make me wear a mask. Because people are selfish as fuck. Until they aren't. It's so weird. I just saw a TikTok about how in natural disasters, strangers have a habit of helping one another. But then it's like, it's some shit like that. Like, okay, let me help fill these potholes. Nah, you ain't gonna make me fill no potholes. I'm going to work. I don't care what you say. I'll be on the streets. They'll just fight for no reason. And I don't understand the mindset, and I never will. But I like the idea. I like the idea of a community day once a quarter. The community has that's probably what it ends up being. The community decides, okay, community day in Q2 is pothole day. Community day in Q3 is we're going to plant some bulbs and get some mulch down in the parks around the way. Just things on the menu. I love it. I truly love it. And I know that this country ain't built for it.
Yeah.
Trash pile. The nation used to mean something and have values, and we just decided, you made a joke about me once, and I'm fucking making sure this whole country falls. His whole clique has taken over there's like a, I don't know, I'm going to call it a business, but basically the parties have representatives who try to take care of business for them. And they went in, took over, fired everybody, and got now people who just like have no experience running, an entire, political party, trying to run the entire political party. And I want to see the results of that. Because I don't think you're gonna find them to be the best of the best. But again, he don't got to do like he said. He was never wrong when he said, I can go and shoot somebody in the street and still be elected. That's exactly the case. They love him. They will vote for him. They fly his flag as if I don't know what to say, as if he is a country into himself. And it's just what it is. I got a couple of American flags in a pot on my porch, but I didn't even buy them shits. Them shits showed up one day, and that's where they arrived. And because they put flags out for, I believe, like Veterans Day and Memorial Day, and maybe the 4th of July. And I think Ken just snagged a couple and put them on my porch. So that's not me. I'm not a flag waving kind of guy. I would wave the Ohio flag. I find it pretty slick because our flag is one of the only flags that's appended.
Yeah, I thought about putting a Cavaliers flag in my flag holder, but then I just thought, like, I do like the Wizards too sometimes.
As a team or as a name?
I just like the notion of Wizards. Like,
there we go. Say, I do like the idea of Wizards.
But then I thought about Warlocks, and I'm like, oh man, I can't be putting no Wizards and ain't no Warlocks out there. So.
The fact that people, and I'm not knocking people who believe in witchcraft as a faith, that's fine. But the fact that they be having fits about that shit, just be mad and freaking out like these people. I'm like, bruh, if your faith is your faith, and you believe that that's bad and they're going to go to hell for it, then they handle, right? In the end, they handle because your faith says they handle. But you still want to be mad that they exist and mad that they are witching or warlocking or wizarding or whatever.
Pop locking. Wizard pop locking.
So then
you got them long flowy sleeves. I'm sure you be hitting that bitch like boom, 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 boom.
Oh man. Woo, America. Fuck yeah. Let me get this going right here. I told you I was going to do this, Ant, so you knew about it. Drifting on a memory, brought forth from a fifth of Hennessy, as in times of 89 they envision me. Warm days in the cold beer chemistry, eventually broken up by responsibilities and such. Sometimes this era mentally I reconstruct. High school I came out it. Cats with clouded graduation got their name shouted. Go to great America, me and my lady rock the same outfit. My niggas be fucking girls that she hang out with. Round then, guy came out with piece of my love, arguing over if he said dumb bitch. Every day the same old with rainbows, watching the sun twist. Cool as a mig dry, that in the trunk shit. After parties in Wendy's parking lots. Unfamiliar faces got marked a lot. Showing off for hoes and bricks and rolls had us charged to box. That demo sort of stopped once AC got popped. This reminds me. Welcome to it. It's episode 531, but this ain't Philosophy for Beginners. I'm your host, and it's Taylor 730. Joining us by my best friends. It's the 216's own Tatum.
Yeah, I miss going to arcades.
Facts. And of course, whenever I talk politics, the silent man, Lunchbox 2099.
If someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Thanks. Let's see. Unfortunately, your affordable connectivity program. So remember, for a minute there, Biden was like, "Hey, man, have some money off your internet bill." Well, guess what? That same Congress I was just talking about was like, "Nah, I ain't passing that shit." And so, April will be my last month of slightly, and I mean slightly cheaper internet. I find it hilarious. This, like I said, this is the Congress you have working for you, people. But people who listen to the show, I know it. Y'all know what it is. It's like, this is no surprise, no shock. I know who fucks with us and who gets down with us, and I trust it is not the other side. So, but we out here. Regular show, it is. Do some news and we'll just hang out, and it's a good time to be had. I truly think it is. So we're going to get to that, but I want to make sure I pull this up because guess what? I think we have some stuff for later. So there we go. Got that prepared. All right. Which one I'm going to read first? Both of these are fine news pieces. I'll read the one about the eclipse first because just continue. This show continue to prepare you for the upcoming eclipse, April 8th. It's a Monday. You might want to take that day off.
Oh,
and get your eclipse glasses.
Yeah, send me the link for those too.
The glasses?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Put it right in the chat here. Orders. Click on this. Let's see if the price has changed. In fact, the prices come down and you can get them at a better price than what I paid for them. There you go, sir.
All right. Thank you.
So this is from SKiM, Cleveland's weekly alternative paper. I wonder if they still make it. They still print it. Like, is there boxes that have scenes in it still?
I don't know. Like, I haven't been downtown during the day in a long time.
Same. 4 minutes of history. How Clevelanders are getting ready for the awe and logistical challenges of the April 8th total eclipse. From amateur astronomers to a county task force, astrologists to meteorologists, all eyes are on the sky for the big moment. This is Mark Opera on the byline. It never seems to escape Jay Ryan that a good bulk of his work over the past 3 decades will culminate in just 3 minutes and 50 seconds. That's roughly 4 minutes as foretold for centuries. Is the time during the day in which we will be without our sun. We're told, as Ryan's been talking about it ad nauseum since last March, that on April 8th, from 3:13 p.m. to 3:17 p.m., Clevelanders will be privy to a total solar eclipse in which the moon blocks out sunlight, casting a 124-mile wide dark shadow that will stretch from Toledo to Canton. Crickets chirp, chickens roost, birds stop singing. The cows get confused and go home, Ryan said, and some people just lose their heads. They scream, they laugh, they cry, they sob uncontrollably. Whatever your personality is, that is how you're going to react. Ryan, 62, is a self-described amateur astronomer living with his wife and daughter in Old Brooklyn, who, for roughly 4 years, has been talking to a network of institutions that have been preparing the city and the region for April 8th's natural phenomena. And of course, its unpredictability, from the incoming hordes of eclipse tourists descending on Northeast Ohio an influx estimated to be anywhere from 200,000 to 500,000 to the exact pockets of the country, county or state. They'll be clustered into the prevalence of clouds in those 4 precious minutes. The fragility gives Ryan, as it gives his milieu of astronomers, a particular kind of anxiety. For about 5,000 years, human beings have been recording and predicting a marvel over the sudden extinguishing of sunlight. By around 2000 BCE, Babylonians parsed this into a type of proto-science called the Saros cycle, finding that lunar and solar eclipses repeat somewhere on the planet precisely over 18 years, 11 days, and 8 hours. Ryan keeps a laminated printout of this cycle on his dining room table. Herein lies Ryan's jolt, explaining to those both the brevity and highly particular phenomenon and convincing skeptics of a total eclipse's emotional punch. That is obviously if those here in Cleveland on April 8th can actually see it. Regardless of the sky that afternoon, Ryan, along with the rest of the Solar Eclipse Task Force, has had to prepare for favorable weather. It's early March. Every hotel in downtown Cleveland has been booked, with fees running 4 or 5 times the average weekend rates. One Airbnb an apartment downtown went for $3,600 a night. County and city emergency management teams have requested hundreds of traffic barriers and porta-johns. The Ohio Department of Transportation is relocating a temporary construction along all highways and anticipating hours of gridlock. And NASA Glenn, the sole NASA research center in the path of totality from Montreal to Caryville, Texas, will be hosting about 3 dozen engineers to, they hope, better study a crystalline view of solar flares. An astronomy meet, a NASA spokesperson said, makes Cleveland the prime spot for the eclipse broadcast. Along with creating his Eclipse Over Cleveland website and selling 31,000 branded viewing specs, Ryan has embarked on months of lecture tour to sell the eclipse's personal worth to a general audience. A similar plunge has been taken by those like Ryan, whether it be pros with academic tenure or armchair aficionados who have been releasing books, headlining universities or library talks, participating in days-long media tours. I've been pretty much booked up for almost a year, Gary Cater, the director of Baldwin Wallace's Burrow Observatory, said, a Baldwin Wallace lecture hall in early February. Cater was slated to say a few words to the Cleveland Astronomy Society after NASA astronomer Kelly Corrick detailed via Zoom her own predictions. As Cater made his, "You have to understand that this is a human event," he said, recalling the 3 totals he's witnessed in his 75 years. "If you've seen one, you can understand why people thought it was the end of the world. Quite frankly, it's disorienting." After an eclipse-themed book raffle, the CAS started in the main event for 30 or so in attendance, mostly those in rain jackets and white hair, core-presented in a twofold manner. On one end, April 8th is a day NASA can better study solar flares. The sun is a curious beast, she said. On the other, a day ripe with existential wonder. There is no other place in the universe with a moon this big, this far away from the Earth, and to cover the sun up exactly in this way, Corrick said. Cater nodded in the second row. I want you to let that sink in for a minute for how powerful that is. I'm going to read that a second time. There's no place in the universe, the moon this big, that is this far away from Earth, as to cover up the sun exactly in this very way. That's amazing to me. That's an us thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the people of Earth kind of thing. If we ever have aliens visit, they'd be like, "Yo, that's crazy. They go down like that." They'd be shocked. And I fucking absolutely love it. There's more to this story, and it's a bit longer, but of course, it's in your show notes. I ask you, I'm saying, if you never know, the links are right there. You scroll down, you'll see a line that says links, and I have the links right there. Just tap it and read the rest of this. This goes for a while longer, but I know I'm over. I know lately it's just been weed and eclipses, bro. That's what it is in the great state of Ohio right now. So I'm excited for once. For once, this is happening. And like I said, I know it can be cloudy, but like I said, I took the time. I'm prepared to leave to get where I need to get it taken care of. So
have you decided where you're gonna go watch it at?
So there's a spot off the shoreway that if it's like it's kind of over there by the salt mine,
Okay.
and they actually have a path right there, and then there's actually a grass spot on one side of the highway between basically the Shoreway and West 25th,
Okay.
and it's just blank. And I got the feeling a lot of people gonna be there. So if I could maybe head out, let's early-ish in the day, and just get over to that general area, and I think I'd be sure. And the reality of it is like it'd be a hell of a walk, but I actually probably could walk it if need be. But that's kind of where I want to be. Don't mean that's where I'm going to be. And I want to be there because, like I said, if you're on that little grass patch, it just looks straight out over the salt mines, and then it's just all lake after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think it's a wide enough gap and a blank enough space that it could happen. But like I said, I hadn't even considered that, gridlock traffic and so forth and so on, like this story said, which is like, oh, it's crazy to me. But it's not, of course, because people are going to come from everywhere to see this because, like I said, this is a once in a lifetime event. And again, unless you travel, and so I kind of need to prepare in that regard. So who knows? Yeah, truly, it might be just me on my porch, and that might just be what it has to be, and that's okay too. So I'm hopeful that it's a clear day and we truly get to experience something amazing, and so it's something I can tell my grandbabies about.
Yeah, they're saying like treat it like a natural disaster.
Vanessa's friend who was former Army got some was like, yo, get your supplies before this shit because you ain't gonna be able to go get shit on Monday the 8th. It's gonna be too popping. So make sure you got all your your waters, your toilet papers, any medicines and so forth you need already in stow. And I'm like, all right, we will prepare in kind to make sure everything is in check. So. Because just what it is. It's not treated like a natural disaster because like, oh shit, it's dark outside. No, it's just because there's gonna be so many people in our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
That it's like, just be prepared for an influx of people, and therefore, people gonna come buy all your snacks and all your, your blunt wrappers and everything like that there. Oh my God, I will be around my children. I don't ever want to be stoned around my children, but I kind of want to get stoned and watch the solar eclipse, bro.
Is that like a once in a lifetime opportunity? I don't think that's is it the best time to be stoned, or is it the worst time?
I don't know. I just want to be. It's not gonna, like I said, I'm not fearful of it. I am invested in it, and so it's like, and it's not like I'm like not gonna remember it. I'm gonna try to take all the pictures in the world that I can and so forth. So it's like I don't know. Good question, Ant. Good question. Maybe get stoned after.
Or if possible, like, could you get stoned for half and be sober for the first half?
It's 4 minutes long, man. I guess I can smoke during the eclipse.
Yes. Like if you smoke like right when it start, like right now, or drink an elixir like right when it start, like you'll get the first minute and then the rest of it. I don't
know. We shall see. We shall see how it all plays out. This one I thought was fun. Oh, Mark Opper's also on the byline for this one. Cleveland selected for Bloomberg Sustainable Cities Initiative will receive millions to fight climate change. Funding will go into transformative solutions in the realm of public works and transportation. Cleveland will be one of 25 U.S. cities in the sights of Michael Bloomberg's year-long fight against climate change. The city is set to receive part of a $200 million pot. An announcement Tuesday proclaimed from Bloomberg's American Sustainable Cities Initiative to pursue transformative solutions in the buildings and transportation sectors. Those dollars are released from the city hall will also fund a Cleveland-based team of 3 that will evaluate how the city handles climate worries through a marriage of data analysis and concern for social equity. Cleveland was one of 4 Ohio cities, including Cincinnati, Columbus, and Dayton. Basically the only 4 cities in Columbus. Well, I guess Toledo, but still, basically the only 4 cities in Ohio. To join the initiative from Mayor Justin Bibb's perspective, it will allow the cities to hone in on more impoverished majority Black neighborhoods that could use that dollar lift the most. Bloomberg's grant will support equitable and more rapid implementation of historical funding at the neighborhood level, enhancing resources in our historically disadvantaged communities and reducing the racial wealth gap. Bibb said in a release through this collaborative effort, we will continue to work with residents and key stakeholders to achieve a more equitable and environmentally resilient city for all Clevelanders. Millions of dollars should provide a major lift to Cleveland's public works and transportation sectors to help actualize a myriad of projects in the pipeline, the grant language suggests. Theoretically, ongoing concepts and in-progress builds with climate perks like Ohio City's Irishtown Bend Park, Canal Basin Park, or dozens of streets downtown with the NOACA believes could use bike lanes could receive funding. As for the other areas of climate concern, the potential for this cash to help is a lot more vague. Regional problems with air quality, flooding, and disappearing tree canopy continue. Nationally speaking, Cleveland is a lot less of a thorn in the side of climate activists than other industrial cities like those in Pennsylvania and California. Cleveland didn't even touch the top 25 of the American Lung Association's most polluted cities in its 2023 State of the Air report. It ranked as one of its cleanest cities, mining ozone and particulate pollution. As for Michael Bloomberg himself, this initiative represents the former New York mayor's long-running battle to bring down the fossil fuel industry while injecting money into climate-focused cities worldwide with billions of dollars since 2013. A recent report from the Sierra Club stated that Bloomberg's $500 million of climate change activism in recent years helped retire 370 coal and gas plants nationwide. He's now, according to a New York Times article from last September, going after petrochemical plants while propping up cities that want bike lanes and healthier air. If there's something that can destroy the earth and kill all living people, then it's hard to argue that you shouldn't focus on that, Bloomberg told the New York Times. I want my kids, your kids, to be able to have a life. Bloomberg's initiative team chose Cleveland, a release said, based on its leadership and ambition to build resilient, equitable communities. Big up.
All right. Well, I got two things. One is local. Did you hear about they were talking about making the Cuyahoga River green for St. Patty's Day?
I don't know where I saw that at. I thought somebody asked the question. I don't know if they actually said.
They asked the question. I feel like no, you shouldn't. Please don't do that. And then speaking of like EV vehicles and such, have you been hearing about how much the replacement of those batteries cost?
No, but go on.
So recently, my mother she got some kind of Toyota that has like is a crossover vehicle that has both of them. Yeah. And so it has been more on my radar. But they were saying like it can cost like up to $20,000 for new batteries for cars.
How long do the batteries last?
Usually around like 7 years or something like that.
Okay. So about the length, about how long you normally keep a car.
Yeah, it was like this. From what I was reading, like it was one guy had one, and he had to replace the battery, and I mean it's essentially more than the car is worth at that point. So it's something to think about. Like I truly want to kind of follow in Gabe's footsteps and get a and get an electric vehicle or at least a hybrid. I drove my mother's car the other day. She came over and like I had to make her stop. She's like, just take my car instead of pulling your car out the driveway. And I was like, man, it's freaky how quiet they are. It is super weird. And like, I know you would love this. And I thought about you as soon as I seen it. And so when I get done driving, it gives you like you cleared the board. Like you did this. It's like,
nice.
Like you hit these and these points.
Achievements for driving.
Yeah.
Sick. This is from U.S. News and World Report. How much does it cost to replace an EV battery? While the odds of having to replace a battery in your EV outside of the warranty are very low, the cost of a new EV battery might surprise you. Perry Stern is on the byline. This is from January 26th of this year. It has only been 13 years since the first mainstream EV, the Nissan Leaf, arrived in America. In that relatively short time, the Leaf has been joined by more than 40 other battery electric vehicles. And last year, almost 1.2 million electric vehicles were sold in America. The electric vehicle is still in its infancy, but its numbers continue to grow, accounting for 7.6% of total vehicles sold. Electric cars may be more expensive to purchase than their gasoline fuel counterparts, but EV ownership has clear benefits. Daily operating costs are lower and no tailpipe emissions, and for the most part, maintenance costs are minimal. However, significant unexpected expenses can arise primarily if the battery needs to be replaced. At the start, it's important to point out the odds of replacing a battery in an electric vehicle are rather low. According to a study by Recurrent, the need to replace the battery pack only occurs in about 1.5% of EVs. The study also shows that early production Nissan Leaf and Tesla Model S were on the high end of the average, but this isn't surprising since they are the oldest electric cars found on the road. As the Department of Energy points out, while the advanced batteries in electric vehicles are designed for a long life, they will wear out eventually. However, the DOE's predictive modeling from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory shows current EV batteries will last between 12 and 15 years in moderate climates and between 8 and 12 years in more extreme temperatures. Based on this, most automakers provide a battery pack warranty of up to 10 years or 120,000 miles. There's more to that, but I will, like I said, I'll add that to your wish call. So it's a worry, but it's not a super worry. But then, of course, a nigga like me, I'm just going, you know how I get. I'm just going to worry about it,
especially because we live in a colder climate.
Yeah, I would think a garage car. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, I don't know. You got to go to stores. There ain't gonna be no garage there, you know. But yeah, you know. But again, like I said, if you give me a warranty for 10 years, 120,000 miles, and you know what I'm saying, theoretically, I should be okay. It's possible for an EV battery to have a flaw originating in production that requires a recall. Okay, and like I said, a recall of the Chevrolet Bolt EV and the Hyundai Kona Electric both had issues with their battery, so they got recalled. So, but under that, they have to do it. Oh, the main point I got pulled this article was for numbers. According to the DOE, the cost of a lithium-ion EV battery was 89% lower in 2022 than it was in 2008. And this trend continues as production volume increases and battery technology advances. Still, even with the drop in cost for EV battery packs, the cost to replace a battery pack could range from around $7,000 to $30,000. While some reasons for battery replacement, accidents, or overall age are out of owner's control, there are things that an EV owner can do to extend their EV life. Let's see. The age of the battery pack is not the only factor in the failing to outputs that are too low for electric vehicles. The number of times a battery is charged can affect how quickly it degrades. The more charging cycles the battery goes through, the quicker it will begin to lose power. Allowing the battery to come close to a full discharge and then charging it to 100% can also harm its life. Really? Maybe for phones. Hey, I was always told, let your phone die and then charge back up. You know what I'm saying? But most experts recommend not letting a battery fall below 20% and not charging it above 80% to extend its life. Battery packs will also last longer when charged slower. DC fast chargers can be convenient when range needs to be added quickly, but multiple uses of a fast charger will reduce battery life. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I think I would. I don't know if I could go full EV. I told you, like I said, when I was picking up the rental to go to New York last year, I had the option. I had multiple options to go full EV, and I was just like, no. I don't know the infrastructure between here and there. I don't know where to go to get and I'm sure, and in fact, I do know most cars have stuff built in that says, here are where all the charging stations are on your route. So it's not like I couldn't have figured it out, but I also wouldn't want to figure it out.
Yeah, but
like
the way we travel, I mean, I know you like to stop and look places, maybe make a detour, and you know that shit ain't safe all the time.
Yeah, and so I would lean more hybrid because I know the gas will get me to where I need to be, but also I know how it runs. It's gas in city driving, it's a battery on highway driving. So it's just like, but also the whole time is the gas motor charges the battery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those you don't got to plug in or anything. So it's like, I think hybrids are where I would feel the most comfortable with currently.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I like a hybrid, some mid-sized car would probably be ideal.
Yeah, especially as the boys get bigger and get more involved in stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need
I think I got a more of an esports family, but but
sports running their blood.
yeah, but like it's funny. Like we yeah, we were playing like t-ball in the front yard, and like they like sports, but they never gonna be like I don't know. I mean, because their mother is rather bookish too. Like, yeah, she played basketball and like she was really good, but like, man, she loves some nerdy ass shit too. So
rather bookish.
yeah, like we were breaking out the scooters and they like, you know, we had like the Razor, the kids, the more what with 3 wheels and all this is for, you know, 6 and below. But they also have like regular Razors now. Man, they still be trying to bust out the 3-wheel Razor. I'm like, hey man, get out here at least fool around with it. And then they did it for a second. It's like, oh, we gonna play with these. I'm like, man, this kids these days is just so different.
Oh man, how funny! But those are your news stories for the week. We ended with a third one. You know what I'm saying? Just by discussion of environmentalism. So you know what I'm saying? Real political swing this week, man. Sorry, y'all. I'm not sorry at all. It's literally what kind of what the show's meant to do sometimes, and now it is doing it. So that's what's up. But first up, as always, is Tatum. Man, what's the word this week?
Well, this Monday, my oldest son turned 9.
I realize we should be focusing on 9, but that means almost 10, which is insane to me.
Yeah, I mean, you know, counting the time that he was up in them fallopian tubes and stuff like that, you know, it's almost 10 years. But yeah, he turned 9. I don't know. I don't know if we really do birthdays different around like in our house, but it's like, I think first we started off on like Saturday. We went to go see Kung Fu Panda.
Nice. How was the 4th in the Kung Fu Panda series of films?
It was real Kung Fu-ish. It had, like we everybody's favorite Aquafina was in this one.
She doing a black scent?
No, she wasn't doing no black scent.
Because if not, what's the point?
It's kind of funny seeing her name like Aquafina. I'm like, when we gonna start going by Julie? I mean, I don't know what her real name is, but
is her name not like? We gonna find it. You keep going.
So yeah, first we went to go see. Was it? Yeah, first we went to go see Kung Fu Panda, and we had tacos at Canado for his birthday meal, which wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Like he enjoyed it, which is, you know, half the battle right there. It's always you know, funny to in our family to try to find something everybody's going to eat. My partner, she eats almost everything. Me, I don't eat pork or beef. Junior, which the birthday boy, is pretty much like his mom. He'll eat anything. Emery is like, I'll have this and that, and maybe because like we just got him a quesadilla and some tater tots. Which it wasn't a concern, but it was like, hey, do y'all make quesadillas? Because like it wasn't on the menu.
Yeah.
So, but he got quesadillas. He enjoyed that. He enjoyed the tater tots, even though I feel like they kind of, you know. So we ordered like, hey, could we just get the tater tots because they sell tater tots, but they sell loaded tater tots. I'm like, hey, could we just get tater tots instead? They're like, sure, but they still charged us the price of the tater. I'm like, that's kind of stupid. But
yeah, we got that, and then after that, like I said, we went to the movies. Of course, got to get popcorn. Watched Kung Fu Panda. I fell asleep in the movie theater like always. And we got an apple pie for his birthday from Baker Square.
Nice.
Which I usually make my apple pie.
But what made you say this time?
I just didn't get a chance to, I guess. I mean, other than just being busy. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So also we had not a tragedy. We had like a kerfluffle in the household. So in our house we have 3 bathrooms, well 2.5, but 2 of the bathrooms are back to back.
Yeah,
and whoever owned this house before we did, or was like a weekend warrior. I probably said that a few times, and they like the 2 bathrooms in the back have what's they say is illegal now is like a T pipe. So
okay,
shaped just like a T, and like they share a drain.
Yeah.
So if one bathroom mess up, or what happened this week, one bathroom mess up, both bathrooms are fucked up.
Yeah.
So we had a problem where something was caught in between those 2, the T drains. And when they came in Saturday, and they were unable to, like, because, I mean, hey, if anybody's out there, anybody out here listening who has children who are undecided about what kind of job to do, become a plumber. Get those trades in, because
they talk about how there's a real lack of plumbers right now, and how that it's dying out.
Yes, I spoke on it like maybe a few months back on how the median age of a plumber is now 42 years old. So plumbers are, not out there like they should be. But anyway, it's like to snake the drain was $299 an hour. So they came out here, they snaked it. It was like, hey, we can't do it. It wouldn't happen. So this is what we'll do. We did the traditional snaking. We're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to hydro flush the system. What's going up there? So like that's where they like go to the stack on top of the roof and push water all the way through. Wow. That didn't work. So then like I think this house is like built in the 60s. It's an older house at this point. And so what they did was they end up cutting into the drain and going through there, because like I said, with the now illegal T drain, it would, every time they put the snake through, it wouldn't go through. It would just go up and over instead of just going over and down.
Yeah.
So they finally got it. And like they were here like 2 days in a row. Like
a pipe like that should have a cap, so you can drop a snake down.
Yeah, the cap was, which they should have just did that from the beginning. The cap was old, and like I said, whoever's here before us like painted over it and all that stuff, and it was like if we go into the cap, because they didn't have, they would have had to do a due diligence first before, because like it's stuck. They don't know what's going to come out of the cap. They didn't have another cap to put on there, so they that's what they end up doing. They broke the cap, bought another one, and end up going that way. So
I should not know that much about plumbing, but apparently you nigga do.
But yeah, so yeah, that was our Saturday. Like most of our Sunday, but Saturday, like at least we got to go out and go to the movies and eat and stuff. Sunday, like we were just like around the house because they were there most of the day.
And then again on Monday we went out. Like I said, we went to the movies. No, then we went to Dave and Buster's on Monday, which
Sick.
is a treat going during the day when nobody's there.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been to Dave and Buster's in a while. We've been with the kids, but it's still been a while. We have been away for so long. We had like maybe 5 or 6 power cards, maybe more.
Yeah.
I think we had like 5. We had exactly 5. So, but none of them worked to be refilled.
Oh, that stinks. Could they be used?
Yeah. So I went to the front
Okay.
and like the lady was super nice. She put all the points and all the like the residual coins we had on one card. And like every
Nice.
time I walk past, she was like, "Hey, did you get your free $20?" I'm like, "No," because I went back on the app, but of course I had the app years ago, and I didn't get the $20 then when we were about to leave. She's like, "Here, just let me put $20 on there." Like she was really nice. And then
Respect it.
Dan had to assist. I was like, "Hey man, who was this Pokemon?" And Dan was able to tell me who the Pokemon was that Emery had won while we were at Dave and Buster's. So that was nice. So thank you, Dan.
Who's that Pokemon?
Who's that
That's
Pokemon?
really what he was kind of doing. Yeah. Except I had
seriously,
more than
who
the
was
silhouette to work with.
it? Who was it?
It was Shinx. The little electric cat that looks like an Egyptian.
Yeah, the Sphinx.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we I think I only got like I didn't get the top tier. I got like slightly above the middle tier. It was like $66. And that was almost too much. Not quite too much, but like I didn't I really usually like when we at Chuck E. Cheese, we do this. We get either like the hour or the hour and a half of like a timed card. Which Chuck E. Cheese, I know people thumb their nose up at Chuck E. Cheese, but Chuck E. Cheese is a fucking bargain. If you go to a relatively nice Chuck E. Cheese, not even like trying to get pizza and shit, but like going to Chuck E. Cheese and like, just get that hour going. What are you doing back down here?
Hi.
Man, you up here hamming?
Hi, T. Hi, Dan.
What's up?
Dan again.
I remember you from last time.
Do you got anything you want to say? Hold on, where's the chair? The other chair. No, here we go. I got it. I'm talking about you anyway.
Is that frozen a way that makes you think Ant might have wiggled the internet cord? So will he come back with his child? Probably, eventually. We'll see how this plays out. Oh, and for you, the listener, and for Dan, because if he cares. Aquafina's real name is Nora Loom. And unlike The Rock, who, could, Dwayne Johnson's way through it, I don't feel like Nora Loom can Aquafina her way through it. I think that's a name that's just like, who? Aquafina. No. It's like, okay, then shit, she got to keep that name. I think she's stuck. That's one of the ones that's a little too, Dwayne. Yeah, anyway.
Do you think that, like, she picked that water because it was just like, it's the okay water? Like she couldn't have gone with like Fiji because she knows she's not that good?
She spells it real fucked up too, right?
Oh, it's probably like
Aquafina.
AWKPHIN, some shit like that.
Ooh, that. Almost. AWKW Aqua. AWKWAFINA. And it's like
maybe I missed my calling as like a rap namer. Come up with all the odd spellings and shit. That really was like our generation for people. Like when we had to make usernames, it sounded like kind of like meta. Like we were tech savvy and shit. We had to learn how to use the numbers as letters and come up with like futuristic sounding shit.
I truly wish she would have went with the PH as opposed to the actual F. But I understand why she didn't. And it wouldn't look as cool as it does look. It does kind of like, because of that AWKW, you know what I'm saying? I like it. Many
there's some
consonant
sense to it
in that spelling. Apparently, she had a show on TBS, maybe. It's called Nora from Queens. So literally, a story about probably a little, whatever reality situation, not reality, like, but based on her existence.
It was her off the boat, fresh off the boat.
No, because like I said, she was born in America and lived in Queens. That's how she became a rapper. She's like around the Queens rapper dudes. Well, not really, because I was told the part of Queens she lived in is definitely the nice part of Queens, like the fancy high end section of Queens, not even like the nice part of Queens.
But even in like fresh off the boat, weren't the kids born in America?
Ah, true indeed.
So she could have been like the first generation of her family, and that was her story of growing up in Brooklyn. Is Nora the first generation of
Queens or
whatever or Queens? I'm sorry, wrong borough. Of her family, that Nora in the neighborhood is her version of fresh off the boat. She could be seventh generation for all I fucking know. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Maybe I'm being too presumptuous.
Aquafina is Nora from Queens is the whole name of the show. Follows a 20-something young woman named Nora Lynn, not Nora Loom, in Queens, who strives for a larger-than-life existence. Raised alongside her cousin by her dad and grandma, Nora leans on her family as she navigates the young adulthood in New York City. So there you go. That's the premise of the show.
Let me guess.
3 seasons.
3 seasons? I was literally about to guess 1 season canceled after 8 episodes.
No, it did 3 seasons. It had a pandemic season. It aired January 20th through March 25th. It came back in August of 2021, and then they did another last year from April to June 7th. And I don't know if it's canceled.
How long have we been gone?
A stretch.
Ever since you turned around?
Yeah, literally you turned around, froze, and I was like, he definitely hit a cable.
Hold on for a second. Like, soon as I let him start talking, we've been going all that time?
You turned around
and you were gone.
Get the chair, and it froze, and I was like, he definitely smacked the cable. he definitely jiggled a cable for the internet or something, because that bad boy was just like, nah.
No.
So nothing has been said on microphone.
He said
he was gone the entire time. Welcome to the stage, my man, Young Spud, the Junior Mafia clip.
Oh, okay. Hold on for a second. All right. So you turned 9, right?
Yeah.
How did that go? Don't look at me. Look at the. You can look at T and Dan.
It went very good. I went to Dave & Buster's.
Put that mic. Oh,
my favorite game.
Tell your dad to pull the mic toward you.
You have to actually say it.
No, the microphone, the whole thing. Pull it toward him. Tell your dad to pull the microphone over.
Do you pull the microphone over?
Oh, I did pull it over.
No, he's not good. That's why I'm telling you to pull the microphone over.
My favorite game at Dave & Buster's was Minecraft.
They have a Minecraft at Dave & Buster's?
Yeah.
How does it work?
Except, it's kind of like one of those old school games, except stretched.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that up. And
it looks more realistic.
Really?
It did look good.
I'm gonna look it up. I need to know what it looks like. Dave.
It was like almost like one of those World of Warcraft games. It's like 10 on each side, and then they battle each other.
It's a Minecraft Dungeons. I've played it. It's like a Box. What's the game we were talking about? We were trying to get you a code. Bill thought he had a code for you for. It is a Diablo clone.
Mm.
So I know exactly how it looks. That's fun. That's interesting. You can play it on Xbox. That game is on Xbox. I'd like to see the arcade version of it though to see how pretty it looks. Go on, tell me more.
I went. My second favorite game was Terminators.
Fun. You shoot. You got the gun and you shoot at the screen. Yeah, it's a delightful game.
I also played Temple. I know it had a Temple.
Temple Run.
They played every game with a gun. And like every game that had a gun attached, they went ham on it. And then you played the Star Wars game where you had to wear the mask and the
yes.
Or the helmet, rather?
I lost to Darth Vader.
Okay. To the best of us, man. I mean, he is indeed, the most powerful Sith Lord that ever existed and Jedi that ever existed. So I was like, you're not alone.
Then how did Luke Skywalker defeat him?
Because he loved Luke enough to let himself be defeated by him. Wild out here, man. Star Wars streets is mean. But trust me, no one more powerful than Darth Vader.
Then how can we beat Darth Vader in Lego?
I mean, it's a video game. They gotta let you win. It'd be real stink if they didn't let you beat him up, right? But I mean, I once watched that man. Did he choke somebody across the screen? Or is he in the same room with dude he choked? I remember Darth Vader used to choke people out just regularly. Just be like, oh, what? And you'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Because Darth Vader was not playing. I'm saying that's just what it is. Vader, choke you out, man. Don't get caught up in that.
And that's how I went out.
You got choked out?
I got choked.
Dang, man. I'm telling like that Sith Lord type stuff.
And I had a double lightsaber. How can you lose with that? Just throw the lightsaber at his chest.
Did you have two lightsabers, or did you have the one with the blade on either side?
I had two lightsabers.
Yeah, he's good, bro. I've seen him. I've seen him fight, and yeah, I said Vader. Vader is insanely powerful, and then also a wise, just good with the skill. He's a skilled fighter as well, so I can understand why he was a challenge to fight for a young Padawan such as yourself. But you grow. And next time you go up against him, hopefully you'll remember. You'll be like, I need to do something different this time. And then, you'll get over it. Crack Vader right upside his noggin. The Force. Strong with that one. I'm telling you, man. Have you seen Rogue One?
No.
So Rogue One is a Star Wars story. Like toward late in the movie, Darth Vader shows up and they let Darth Vader really get his funkies off for once. Crazy. I don't know if you're old enough quite yet to see that, but man, one day you will be. You remember Uncle T said Rogue One, a Star Wars story, was wild because Darth Vader got to get off, and it was crazy that they let Darth Vader just go hard. Like I said, you just
I already watched 14 plus.
I think it's PG-13. But
okay, then I can watch it.
I think maybe probably by your next birthday, you might be old enough and mature enough to watch that. So
I can already watch 14 rated stuff.
PG-13
or 14.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I will certainly have a conversation with your pop about that here shortly, and I'll see if I can get you over.
Well, it really depends on what the content is, but like we watch some of the Batman movies and stuff like that, but it really depends. But Star Wars, I really don't care. It's not like Doc Hollywood.
If you know, you know. So I'm told you had some delicious apple pie for your birthday. What'd you think of it?
Liked it.
Was it tasty? My son, apple pie is his favorite pie as well. So I get down with that. Today is Pie Day. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you guys do anything for Pie Day?
Yes. We did a contest and my class
Excellent.
won. Congratulations.
What'd you get? What'd you win in this contest?
We don't know yet.
Well, hopefully it's something fun or, pizza. You can't go wrong with that, right? Pizza at school was pretty great.
I did have pizza for dinner.
Like good pizza at school, not school pizza. Although, hey, I will never sleep on school pizza. School pizza when I was a youngin' was pretty good. So I used to peel the cheese off, eat the crust, and then eat the cheese.
That's what my brother does, except for the crust part. Oh. He doesn't eat the crust at all.
Oh, he's just eating the toppings?
But he eventually eats it.
Well, hey, I'm never gonna knock it, but I used to do the same only with school pizza. Like I didn't do that with like if I went to Pizza Hut or Godfather's or those type of pizza establishments. So 9 years old, man, congratulations and happy birthday to you. That is fantastic. I'm very happy that it's crazy that you're growing up so fast. And horse, that just makes your uncles feel old. Because, man, remember, we've been here the whole time. You showed up. This show was older than you. We was doing this show when we found out about you. It's wild. So, like I said, that's pretty crazy to me that how quickly you have grown.
I'm still in shock over the news.
So that is what's up. Anything else you want to tell the guys listening, everybody listening?
Since you didn't hear me, I got 2 presents that I really liked. I got an N13. It's a toy that's 3D printed, and it comes with 3 accessories.
Very cool.
And a Beast Lab. It's like a toy. It's like a mutant toy with animals. And 2 variations that I know about is reptiles and the dinosaur.
Okay.
And the things in the reptiles is one is a king cobra, and the second one is a crocodile. And the dino one is a velociraptor and a T-Rex.
I'm sorry, what was the last part?
And for the Dino Beast Lab, it's
sick.
That's a hell of a mug.
It's
had it for quite a while.
It's a velociraptor and a
T-Rex.
And a T-Rex.
Very cool.
And we don't know which one you got yet, right?
Right. I hope I get the raptor.
You like the Raptors?
So I guess this weekend or tomorrow, we'll probably bust it open.
Velociraptor is my favorite dinosaur.
Velociraptor is my second.
What's your first?
My first favorite. A Spinosaurus.
That's very good.
Not a Parasaurolophus?
That the one with the flappy wing on its back?
No, I don't think it is.
I'm gonna look it up.
That's the one.
I'm gonna tell you if it is what I thought it was.
With the big, it's the one with the big spine on its back and the long snout, and long-time enemies with the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
All right, I looked it up.
Even though they're in different eras,
it's kind of like what I thought it was, but it's not the exact one I thought it was. The one I was thinking of is the one that walks around on 4 legs. This one looks like a velociraptor with a fin on its back.
How taken aback were you when you learned the velociraptors had feathers?
I mean, I wasn't really taken aback because people just assume that they know what dinosaurs were, and everyone just assumes that Jurassic Park is like canon to what dinosaurs are really like. So everything that they come up with is really just a guess until they find a real dinosaur, which at this point would have to be Jurassic Park like genetic engineering. It's all just hearsay.
Or just build a time machine.
That too.
That is not how these things work, and it is based on science. There's not no guessing. They just guessing. No, they are not. But
I doubt a Tyrannosaurus roars.
Are you claiming that Steven Spielberg was wrong?
Yes.
Literally. Yes, he was.
It's because the closest variations to the Tyrannosaurus Rex is an eagle and I think an alligator. So it doesn't roar. It's like a mixture of a growling sound and an eagle squawk or something.
Yeah, that is something like as they find more intact dinosaur fossils, I find things like when they try to figure out how its vocalization sounded, I find that to be fascinating. So as science goes on,
don't they have a full fossil of a T-Rex?
I don't think I've never found a full one. I think they found enough to make it kind of work, right?
Yeah. They did find a full one.
Do you know where? Was it China?
No, I don't remember. I need to watch a movie.
Or a documentary about it. You know what I'm saying? We'll come across it.
Oh, it's not actually a documentary. It's actually based on a show.
Very good.
Well, I can recommend you about 6 movies based on parks and worlds that could maybe provide the information you're looking for.
Oh, man. Is there another one like in production, or are they just talking about making more?
They've shut it down for a little bit to let some of the stink kind of air off these last couple.
I didn't mind that last one with the Baloo the bear and the tails being plain. Man, once I put that together, it was over for that movie in my mind. All right. Thank you for joining us. Go your butt upstairs. Go watch some TV or get ready for bed or whatever you need to do. I love you. I'm your uncle. Happy birthday to you. I know it's a few days late, but still. You are the best. Thanks for hanging out with us and joining us. Now give your daddy them headphones. Bye.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
See you in a couple hours. I'll come check on you.
Okay.
He hit him with the whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was. That okay was a little okay, whatever.
Do whatever makes you happy.
Close the door.
He is his mama's child, and I laugh and I laugh and I laugh at it. Man, she spit that child out. Just revealed.
She doesn't want to admit it, but they're very, very similar. Like, I don't know. Like, they have very similar habits. I'm like, you know where you get that from? And then she was like, she just don't want to admit it. But sometimes she will.
Fair. Well, that was a delight. The story time with Tatum rode in a whole different direction after a hot second. So,
yeah, because he was supposed to be in bed a smooth 2 hours ago. Like, I mean, yeah, they don't got to go to school tomorrow, but like, it was a little late because their mom called the audible and was like, "Hey, can you go pick up some pizzas?" And I'm like, "Sure." I'll just have to set up my computer before I go. And then, came home, got the pizzas, they ate. They still high off of what you call that book, Captain Underpants. They was in there, Captain Underpantsing. So
dig. Well, that's what's up. Thank you for that, good sir. I'm glad you came back. Did you hit the cable and unplug the internet?
I don't know what happened. I know I was just like, thought Lunch was smiling because Lunch was smiling in the picture. I'm like, oh, because Lunch has been really quiet this episode, so I thought he was just smiling but then when I noticed,
full disclosure, for like the first half of the show, I was doing my taxes, so.
Oh, okay. You're doing your taxes.
I should have knew you were doing your taxes when you had on that green visor. I'm sorry.
I had to crunch the numbers, check over the 1s and 2s and look at the portfolio, whatnot.
It's all to the good. So,
but yeah, he was supposed to be. They're supposed to be in bed. I don't even know if Emery's awake, but because he don't fuck around. When it's time for bed, he'll just go to sleep.
Like, holla, peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony hit you with the okay, whatever.
Oops, I'm surprised.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's it. He's just I don't know. He's what do you call he's either all the way up here or just down here. Just like he either cares a bunch or don't care at all.
Was he was the one that was arguing with you about the turkeys, right?
No, that was Emery.
Emery?
No, that was
okay.
Emery.
Yeah.
I guess that they both got it in them then, because he hit me with the well, actually. Sir.
See, that's the thing, though. Anthony will be like he'll kindly just like he did it. He'll be like, but no, this is what it is. Emery will be like, fuck that. Yeah, Emery is a little bit more high strung. Anthony is just like I don't know. He don't believe shit you talking about at all.
He's a liar.
yeah, he's low key argumentative. Emery is just like I don't know. Both of those kids are just very interesting case studies. Like I said, they're on both ends. They're never really in the middle about shit. It's just like what they care about is what they care about. What they don't care about, they don't give a fuck. And like it's interesting. Like y'all talking about dinosaurs is like I didn't know shit about dinosaurs until I had kids. Like I knew the big three when I was little. I knew a T-Rex, I knew a Brontosaurus, and I knew a Triceratops. Those was the big dinosaurs. That was the big dinosaurs. I didn't learn about velociraptors until like I watched Step Brothers, and then after that, I had kids, and it was just like all dinosaurs, and that shit came in out of nowhere. It was just like, hey, we know about dinosaurs in this house now. Like it was like we got dinosaur books, and like we going to the museum to look at dinosaur bones. That shit came out of left field.
I love it. But I am a particular type of dork, so I get it. Oh my goodness. Well, Box, we hand the reins over to you, sir. What's the good word in your neck of the woods?
It's been kind of a quiet week.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, I got my siding put on my house today finally, so this whole ordeal is finally over.
Excellent.
That's good.
Thankfully, I went and walked around the driveway when my work day ended and checked for nails because I found a pile of them bitches, and I was lightweight salt truck about that.
Yeah.
You should definitely mention that because they supposed to go through with the magnet brooms like through the whole driveway.
So like I found like a couple of them in the driveway, and then I found a bunch of them like in the flower beds. And then a couple in the grass, like on the other side of the driveway. So, like, I basically just, for like 25 minutes, I slow walked up and down, like, my entire driveway from the end of the driveway by the street all the way to the garage. And, like, you guys know how long my driveway is. Yeah. And, yeah, I found, like a pile of them things. Like, I took a photo of it. See, I know it's hard. I'm trying to figure out how to...
kind of, yeah, you go. I see him in your hand. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I pulled all that up out of the grass and driveway. So
yeah, they just want to salt your tires next. They was like, "Fuck this dude," and
yeah, the tire and siding conglomerate was trying to get you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad it's finally over. Like one, because I gave the dude the check today for what I owed for everything. So, like, now I don't have to, like, fucking worry about, like, if someone's going to try and screw me, someone's going to try and hit me with a hidden fee or some shit. If it really was what it was supposed to be, like, all that second guessing is done and over with now. And then, like, now I don't have to worry about fucking random ass people calling me out of the blue to tell me, like, nothing. Like, just call me because I ain't heard from nobody in a while. Just be like, oh, well, they're still working on it. Like, cool. Call me when they're not still working on it, or there's like actually something to call me about. Like, you're just bothering me. It got to the point where like I just stopped picking up the phone and I just started like listening to the voicemails, and if someone texted me, I would text back. But like, I stopped picking up the phone because I was like, "You're not telling me anything." Like, cool. Like, they're still arguing with the insurance company. I don't care. Like, stop bothering me.
So when it's all said and done, the insurance just decided to fix the part that was broken, right?
Yeah, I got the roof replaced completely. They did that 3 months ago. And then as far as the siding, oh god damn. Sorry, I have the basketball game on above you, and they were just showing a replay of the Dallas Mavericks player turning his ankle, and he like turned his ankle. Like that shit went like 45 degrees.
Yuck.
But sorry, to get back on topic here. Yeah, so like they only like the contractor was trying to get them to replace like all sides of the house, like the siding, but the insurance company was like, "Nah, son, we're only doing that one side." And so they were kind of like, he was trying everything he could to get them to relent on that, and they just wouldn't give up the ghost. So he finally just accepted what their offer was, and so like today they came and like did all the siding, and I had them just put the old awnings back up. I didn't.
Yeah.
The way the contractor was talking, he makes it sound like I'm gonna get just like a cash payout for not replacing the awnings, because I guess maybe they were covered somehow or some shit. But because I didn't replace them, I'm just gonna get like a cash check or some shit. But I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah. But they did put the awning back up, thankfully. So that's bolted back in. And so now it's all done and over with. I think I got all the nails and staples out of the driveway, so I shouldn't have to worry about people in my house getting like flat tires or nothing. And yeah, hopefully I don't have to worry about this anymore. Hopefully that roof lasts, as long as I'm here. And big blessings to hailstorms, I suppose, because it got me what I needed.
Fair.
So how would
go ahead?
How's the leak in the living room?
I mean, I still need to patch the living room where it had cracked, like the ceiling portion, like that, like the porcelain or whatever was up there, and like kind of like redo that paint up there. But like as far as like water coming in the house, that hasn't happened since they put the new roof on. So whatever was jacked up, it seems to have been fixed. Which is what I wanted all along. So that also then means that I got new gutters a couple years ago for absolutely no fucking reason. But I guess I could just say I have new gutters and not have to worry about that. And I also put a new garage roof on, which the garage wasn't leaking, but whatever, So, but it's funny. They were delivering the siding yesterday and just leaving here so when the crew came today that they would have it there to work on. And I ended up talking to the neighbor, which I like occasionally, like I'll see him and like I'll give the courtesy wave or whatever. But like I actually had a conversation with them while they were unloading everything because I had to like sign the received slip. And he was just asking me a bunch of questions about like, what was getting replaced and this, that, and the other. And it was like, it didn't feel neighborly. Almost, it felt kind of more nosy than anything.
Yep.
But
slightly invasive.
Yeah, like because I didn't ask him a bunch of like 20 questions about what he got done. I just I told him like basically like when I filed the claim and like the rigmarole I had to go through and everything. But like he was like really wanting to know about what was going on with my process and like all that. I was just like, all right, well you can go back over to your yard now at any time.
So do you think he was asking because of course since he's your neighbor, the same storm happened to him, or
I mean he got a new roof. He had new siding put on a couple days ago. And he told me that he was out there waiting. He thought that the delivery was going to be for him because they were supposed to be bringing new. I don't know if he said gutters or shutters. I didn't quite hear it. And I didn't care enough to ask him to clarify. But he was waiting on a shipment of some materials because I guess they were going to do another job on his house. So he's the house, that like keeps up. Like he literally was out there cutting the grass while this was happening. Like we're in the middle of March and he's already out there doing the lawn. He's that type of retired old man. He told me that the house that he lives in, was his parents' house. Like he got it back in the day. Yeah, because he was asking me about the siding, and I told him that I thought it was probably like original with the house, and he's like, I'm sure it is. He's like, because I've lived here basically my whole life. This was my parents' house, and I was thinking, damn, your parents must have like had this house when it was built, because my houses were built in the 50s, and he's retired, so he had to have like. His parents must have like bought the house as soon as that shit broke ground, and then he's just been living there this whole time.
That's wild.
So he pretty much is acting out of jealousy, like, "Hey man, it's supposed to be my shit, not yours."
He probably was a little salt truck about that, but I work in the basement, so like I don't know if his shipment came or not. I imagine it did, but I didn't see it because they didn't come while I was upstairs still.
Yeah. I'm glad that has been addressed and is taken care of, and like you said, finally that little piece of nonsense that has been going for months. If you're a listener to the show,
I got a little lippy with the fucking contractor 2 days ago, because like Monday. So like I don't know what it is about their office, but sometimes they would call me and like my phone wouldn't ring, but then I would get a voicemail.
Yeah.
So like I got the voicemail from the lady in the office, and she's just basically like, "Oh, just calling to let you know that we plan on coming out on Wednesday to do the siding, whatever." And I'm just like, okay. And then I get a call, I get a text like a half hour later, and it was like, "Yo, we tried to reach out to you. We need to confirm that it's okay to come." And I'm like, that's not really what the voicemail said, but whatever. So I just wrote back, "Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah, but she also has proven an unreliable narrator. So.
Well, see, they got a new person, because like I've been dealing with some lady who sounded like, all right, yeah, and I'll say this: the new lady sounds black. Fair. So it's like it sounds like it's obviously two different people. Like,
although we know Aquafinas exist in the world, so maybe not.
Maybe she switched up, but so like the lady left me the voicemail that basically like she wasn't asking me on the voicemail if it was cool if she came. It was almost like she was telling me they were coming, and that's why I didn't even bother to try and call back or nothing. I was just like, all right, this is what's going down. This is what's going down. But then the text message I got like 20 minutes later was almost like reprimanding me for not like getting back to them. Like we need to confirm.
Hell no.
Like hell no. But I wrote back like, yeah, that's fine. So then like Wednesday comes, and like like I said, I have the text message and the voicemail. They both said that they would be here at about 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I told everybody in my house, like, hey, this is what's going down. If you need to get out of the driveway, get your car out here like before 7:30. Like, in case you need to leave or anything, put it on the street because the driveway will be blocked. And then, like, I got up for work. There was no one here. I was working. A couple hours went by. No one ever showed up. No one called. Nothing. Then around like 9:30 a.m., I get a call from the contractor, like the head guy, and he's just like, "Oh, we're gonna come drop the siding off today, and the trucks, and they're gonna come do the work tomorrow." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, y'all said you all were coming today. I'm like, I got the text messages. I'm like, what happened to coming today at 7:30? He goes, oh, I meant to the office lady. She messed up, and I told her this and that. I'm like, whatever, man. Y'all just can't get your shit straight. Because the text message I got was saying, we're going to come do your roof on Wednesday at 7:30 a.m. And I wrote back,
yeah,
you already did my roof. Oh, I'm sorry. So he called me at 9:30, but someone had texted me from their office like a half hour prior. So on the text chain, I left out that detail, which changes the whole complexion of the thing. So no one showed up at 7:30. And like around 9 a.m., I got a text from that phone number that's texted me on Monday saying like, hey, we're coming out at 7:30. So then the new text message says, we're coming tomorrow to put your roof on. And I write back, you put my roof on 3 months ago. Where's this team of people you said was coming today at 7:30 and no one showed up?
Yeah.
I didn't get no text back. I didn't get a phone call from that number. And then like a half hour later, that dude called me. And he called me almost like he didn't know that text message didn't come through because he was just talking shop. And then I was like, hey, my man, what's up with this team of people that you all told me was going to be here today? No one called. no one showed up. Right? No one here right now. And that's when he started giving me the, she's new and she doesn't know what she's doing yet. And I'm trying to tell her and she keeps messing. Like, he basically tore this woman, her like whole career to shambles on the phone to keep me from being angry. He took the bus, threw her in front of it, then he got in that bitch, he got behind the wheel, and then he pulled it forward, and then he went back, and then he pulled it forward again. He's like, oh, hell no, she ain't about to be out here doing this shit to me.
But you certainly did it to her, you motherfucker. Oh, my gosh. Like, well, like I said, it'd be different if like you didn't already have a piss poor experience with the office staff. So it's like, it's like, no, bro, we know what it is. You hire shitty people, not shitty people per se, but you hire people who just be probably telling you exactly what you tell them, telling customers exactly what they have been told themselves, and then they just deny it. Like, oh, I never told Roxanne that. What are you talking about? I'm like, oh my God,
I don't appreciate like. I want to make sure I say this correctly. I don't appreciate the professionalism of some of the work crew members that come through and do these type of jobs for these companies. And I get it. Some of these dudes don't get paid as much as they should. And like, I understand that. But like, don't come on my property leaving fucking cigarette butts and shit like I saw out there today. When I was walking around looking for those nails, I saw cigarette butts in the backyard, on the driveway, on the sidewalk. Someone took like one of my bricks out of my flower bed and just like kind of like almost like they accidentally popped it out of where it was supposed to be, and then they just laid it on top of the dirt. So now it's like we're gonna have to dig a hole to get it back in. All those nails I found, like that shit's just fucking disrespectful.
Oh yeah. And whenever you get the opportunity to probably leave a review about this service, make sure you say the professionalism of this company and its crew leave a lot to be desired for just those reasons. Plus, here we are shitting on them on this podcast, and I know I'm saying we ain't the largest podcast, but you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you be knowing.
The thing about it too,
yeah, Google.
I figure like if like you're gonna come work at someone's house. Like, there's got to be someone on the crew that's like at least like in charge. Like, even if it's just the head worker bee, at least like knock on the door and be like, "Hey, we're here. If you need anything, or like anything, just a hello." But like, just come on someone's property and not even introduce yourself. Like, I kind of don't like that shit either. Like, I get it. You're here to put the siding on. You don't give a shit about me. But like, deep down, I don't give a fuck about you either. But if you're going to be on my property for like the next 7 hours, at least you could knock on the doors and be like, "Hey man, we're here."
Yeah. Yeah. Don't just all of a sudden I hear construction occurring.
Mm-hmm. With no heads happened. Up. They rolled up in a truck, and next thing I know, I just heard banging on the side of the house.
Yeah, for sure. And you like Anthony said, you got to hit up Google reviews or the Yelps or whatever, and just
and like, I don't even think necessarily that this was just an indictment of this particular company. Like, it happened with this company this time. But the same kind of shit almost happened like when that other company did my gutters and the roof. Like, the only difference was they did kind of have like a head worker bee who did knock on the door and be like, "Hey, we're working." But other than that, like, it's the same kind of shit. Like, I still had to pick up nails after them. Not as many, I will say, though. But, yeah. But, and I get it. Like, not everyone's going to catch every fucking nail. I get that. But, like, I feel like a couple minutes with, like, a magnet, they could have walked around. Like, I found that shit, it wasn't like I was on my hands and knees like Rick Moranis and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids looking in the backyard for my children. All I did was look down and just walk through the looking for the shit,
My neighbor to the that side, the yellow house, not the white house, when they got their roof replaced, he came to do the nail check just like you did, and because it's, of course, it's over into my driveway, and the people who did the top roof, because he also got the front roof done, not a nail, nothing out of place. They cleaned up their work area. Mm-hmm. But then the people who did the front roof, who did the roof over the porch, bruh, he was so mad at them. He goes, they just, because it was a different crew, you know what I'm saying? And Same difference. Same like you just saying, cigarette butts and nails and leftover the shingles and the like and so forth and so on. Just like he was super upset. He like, I have no idea why the same crew who did the top, the way up, climbed the damn on top of this tall ass house, couldn't come back and do the lower part just over the porch. But he was really upset.
You got to be more professional to be on the top. You ain't fucking around up there. You're not having a lip hanging off the side where you up on the top part.
Yeah. So it can be done, like you just said, but then it's like some companies just like, yeah, I'm not bothering. And I'm like, well, bro, it's not a bother. It's a service. It's a courtesy. I paid you a substantial sum of money, and I wish you'd be cool enough to to clean up after your goddamn. I don't smoke in this house.
The insurance company paid them a substantial amount of money.
You have paid that insurance company for years.
You know
whatever.
What? You're right. When you look at it like that, I can't argue with that math.
Yeah, man. So like you ain't been paying for that damn insurance.
It's the same, logic. I gotta start applying when the cops pull me over. Like, my taxes pay your salary. Why are you pulling me over?
Yeah, when we had our roof redone, like that crew was full of shit too. They broke one of our lights in the back, and we had to be like, "Hey, man, they broke our floodlight." It was like, well, can you tell us how much? It was a whole rigmarole. And then they were fucking drinking and out there, and they were wrestling in our front yard. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, because my partner, she works from home. This was in the the all or nothing days. But she'd been working from home for a while, so she was just looking out the window like, what the fuck they doing out here?
Oh my god! And you was MIA when we discovered that Aquafina's name is Nora.
Laura.
No,
Julie Laura. Nora. Yeah, Nora from Queens.
Correct. Yeah, her name is Nora Loom, and we don't think she can Dwayne the Rock Johnson her way out of Aquafina with a name like Nora Loom.
I don't know, Nora Loom. Maybe I should change my name to Nora Loom. I think I could rock that shit pretty good.
I mean, I guess she could be Nora Aquafina Loom for a little bit, but that transition got to start today.
She got to start keeping that shit in. Like, hey, it's Nora, everybody. Nora Loom coming to the stage.
Oh, that's what's up. All right. Well, thank you, Box. I'm saying catching us up on the home ownership to pipeline. It's all to the good. Let's see. Anything out of pocket? What's going on with T? Anything that's my dog still got the diabetes, and in fact, on their second adventure to see if their blood sugar is any better today, it is still high. So we're going to increase the amount of insulin they take, and probably going to get her on diabetic food, which will be a challenge because she is the pickiest of eaters. Just got up and started walking around like she heard me talking about her, like, this motherfucker out here put me on glass.
That's odd. I've had the complete opposite experience with her being a picky eater. Usually she'll eat anything.
No. She'll eat anything. She will not eat any dog food. Yes, I will gladly take your chicken nugget or your strawberry or whatever. But when it comes to dog food, I'm about to be a little bitch. And I love her, and it's going to be okay. Me continuing to have to pay out $200 every couple of weeks to get this damn dog's blood sugar taken care of is a look that is upsettingly. But we gets by. We do what we must, and so she's lucky we love her. I let the sugar take if I wanted to, but whatever. This will be this is a preview of an upcoming TikTok that I'm going to make. That
you get it in before the ban goes into effect.
Is Stun Runner, which is an Atari Lynx game. It's based on the arcade game of the same name that I love. I used to play it when I lived in Atlanta at the CNN Center, which basically was a mall. They had a sick ass arcade. That's the actual game. That's what an Atari Lynx cartridge looks like. That bad boy was factory sealed.
Oh, nice.
So when they came to my house, I was like, yo, that's crazy. So let's do the numbers. 2024 minus 1991. 33-year-old. And like I said, and so like if I pull out, I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference. look at the yellow and the red on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at that fresh from the package, the coloration difference. Like, one of these motherfuckers was in the sun. And one of them's been in the box for 33 years. And I absolutely love it. And I sent a picture of it to Seth and Chris and Boss Rog, and Chris was like, "Yo, you should get that graded." I'm like, "Fuck no! I play my games. I buy them to play them. I'm not buying. This is not an investment situation. This is not whatever. This is me copying that game to slap it in a cartridge adapter. In this case, this adapter, and play the game. And I truly have enjoyed messing around with all these games. This is that Lynx game we got from when we were up in Detroit that last time. And so I got that from that one Lynx shop or whatever game shop we went to that had the singular one Atari Lynx game. And that's the one I got from California Games. Classic. But other than that, that's all that's been really, I've had a very, Lee's been on spring break this week and has been out in these streets, and it's been interesting. The high school experience is wild. We'll just say that. Children be in the most beefiest of beefs, and then he's like, "Look, I'm just trying to chill. They can be mad. I'm not, and I don't care." And I'm like, "That's what's up, kiddo." And I like that you know that, and that you don't give it. You ain't trying to give two shits about these people being weird and trying to beef with you. So,
what about the job situation for Lee?
Interviews this coming week. And hopefully we'll start in the summer. So
okay,
yeah. So that seems to be all good. Like I said, get down with Parks and Rec and work at one of the pools or do something along that line. So I'm like, cool. I'm with it. So again, I was never going to force my children to work earlier. You know what I'm saying? Any earlier in life, but if they want to and they volunteer, they want to. I'm like, cool. You good to go. My neighbor, you know what I'm saying, was over here the other day. He was like, "Xander still live here?" And I go, he here sometimes from time. He's here from time to time. He goes, "You should be charging him." I'm like, I would never. I have no idea what mindset you have that you think I'd be trying to charge my child rent. I go, if I need money, and since they raise the rent, sometimes I do got to be like, I got to holler at Xander, be like, "Yo, slip me a couple of dollars here," and he will give it to me without even questioning it. Just like, okay, just get it up there. I'm like, cool, man. So it's like, that's the relationship I want to have established with my children, not one where they got to pay me rent because they live here. It's like, no, that's not how we function.
So do Xander lady got her own place, or
she technically does? She lives in the so basically they own a house. Their grandmama. I think her grandparents live upstairs. Her family lives downstairs, and now she rents the attic, and she do pay rent, but it's also her space. So, you know what I'm saying? She and so he be with his homies or he'll be over there. That's just where Xander be in these streets these days. And it's all good. But he wakes up in his bed every morning, though sometimes he sleeps only in that bed for about an hour because I'll be seeing the camera. I make his lunch every day still. And I send him on his way to go do the job, man. And so he went camping this past weekend, with the homies, and that he seemed to have had a good time doing that. So that's real cool. But yeah, man, it's vibey, man. This is what it is. And Vanessa's fine. Y'all heard from Vanessa last week on this very show, so y'all know she's fine. And it all is well and all to the good. So that's what's happening in T's world right now. So we will wrap that section of the program up, and let's head on over to Reddit. And the subreddit, I mean, that sharp big old tapping ass. She been so loud when she just running around because her claw's so fucking big. You got your mama? You hang with your mama now? Yeah. You gonna go try to eat her food? Because I know you are, you punk ass dog. Very good. Did she poop? Yeah. Goddamn, dog. Stop. Well, there you go, people. Let's head on to the subreddit, or just to Reddit in general. In the subreddit, Am I the Asshole? Where each week I pull a selection of Am I the Assholes, and we decide if these people are assholes. Now, one of these is from the Great Value Am I the Asshole subreddit, AITAH, and not the actual Am I the Asshole. And the other two are, of course, from the proper Am I the Asshole. And they are each as follows. Am I the asshole for refusing to enroll my son in an all-boys school? Am I the asshole for punishing my daughter for 2 weeks for what she did to her BFF? And this is the one from the Great Value, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for kicking my wife out after she punched my mom in the face?
That's a good one. It sounds like it's a good one at least.
It's long as shit too, man. So y'all want to start with that one? You want to set that one off?
Yeah, I would think so.
Fair enough. Let's get to it. Am I the asshole for kicking my wife out after she punched my mom in the face? My situation went from bad to worse in a matter of a week, and I don't know where else to turn. I need to know if I was wrong. Possibly a validation thing because life is fucking dumb right now. My wife and I have been together for 8 years, and she just gave birth to our first and last baby 2 months ago. I said son from nowhere. 2 months ago. Up until my wife got pregnant, my mom loved her. I'm not sure what the fuck is wrong with my mom or why this switch happened, but after my wife got pregnant, my mom started being very clingy to me and started avoiding my wife at all costs. Told everyone she wasn't excited about the pregnancy, etc. I threatened to go no contact with her when my wife was about 7 months along, and after that, she snapped out of it for the most part and stopped being so ignorant. The comments 100% stopped at least, though she still was clinging to me. Now, a week ago, my mom, my sister, and my sister's husband, and my sister's daughter, 12, came over for our dinner. I prepared the meal. Before my wife could eat anything, our daughter got fussy, so my wife excused herself to go feed the baby and get her down to sleep. I thought I had prepared enough, but apparently not enough. My niece was still starving. She's 5'5" and 190 pounds. I haven't seen her in a year, and she was not that size then, so I didn't exactly portion in an extra 3 helpings for a child. So I apologized and told her that I hadn't made any more and offered her crackers as I was putting my wife's portion in the fridge. After that, I just went outside with my sister's husband to smoke a cigarette and shoot the breeze. Didn't think anything of it. But then I hear yelling from inside. When I walk in, my wife and my mom were screaming at each other. Apparently, my mom, who saw me put my wife's food away, gave my niece my wife's portion of food. As I was walking inside, I heard my mom say, "Looks like you could afford to skip a meal, bitch," and slap my wife's stomach. Right as soon as I get ready to step in, like literally fast walking towards them, yelling enough, my wife winds back and punches my mom square in the face and drops her. The whole house went silent outside of my mom crying and holding her face. Jesus Christ. I tell everyone to get the fuck out. Immediately, everyone leaves, and my wife just turns toward the counter and leans with her hands on the counter and face down, eyes closed. I look at my wife and say, "You two, leave now. Get the fuck out of here." She says, "Really?" She's crying at this point. I say, "I clip, yep." She packs up her and the baby and leaves. Okay. I text her that night and I say, "I just need space. I need to decompress and come to terms with what just happened." She does respond. The next 5 days, I'm texting and calling, and I get nothing. You know what I feel about the silent treatment, y'all. We just went over this a couple weeks ago. She shows up here today, so 8 days later, and hands me divorce paperwork with my baby and says, "Here, you have a bit to hang out with her while I pack." No. While I'm breastfeeding, we can work out a visitation schedule that is either at your place or my mother's until she will take a bottle. I told her that's not what I want. I don't want to separate. I just needed time to process her punching my mother in the face. She said, "You needing time to process gave me time to process the fact that I refused to be in this situation any longer." I defended myself. I initially felt bad and remorseful, and you making me leave when I needed you to made me see more clear. I'm done. I'm sorry for what I did, but there's no fixing this. She refused to speak to me at all the rest of the time she was here. My house feels so empty, and I don't know what to do. Am I the asshole for making her leave because she punched my mom? I just needed some fucking space. Then motherfucker go get in the car and drive somewhere. Anyway. ETA, I guess this is an edit. For the record, I am team wife. My mom deserved it wholeheartedly, and I've blocked her completely from my life. I literally just needed time to process what happened. My wife is a lot of things. Violent is not one of them. So this came completely out of left field and would not have happened without her being provoked. After it all happened, my mom sent me text saying, "See, I told you she was crazy. That fat bitch doesn't belong in our life." I'm willing to bet she purposely tried to set my wife off. So now I'm on my wife's side 100%. I just needed to process what happened, and my wife took it as me giving up on her, not defending her, and throwing her and our baby out, which did essentially happen because I knew she had to take the baby with her when I kicked her out. Another edit. The reason why, I don't know why, but this comes from nowhere. My dad was stupid abusive. I was beat. My sister and brother were beat. My mom was put in the hospital multiple times. It took years for police to enforce restraining orders, and he finally died in 2013. Violence scares the fuck out of me. I clam up and get anxious around violence of any kind. My wife knows this, and she too grew up with a violent dad, a parentheses stepdad, and she gets just as anxious and panicky around violence. Her punching my mom in the face triggered an anxious response, and I needed her gone in that moment. I needed her far away from me. I don't know why I didn't just leave. I could have, but at that moment, I just let my emotions and fear run the whole fucking circus and told everyone to get out, her included. My mom did slap her first. I guess for some reason, I was seeing my wife's punch as being worse than the slap. It wasn't a hard slap, and my wife did kind of wince looking back at it now. She was fine following, but my mom was bleeding, split her eye. Wow, she punched the dog shit out of that bitch. Split her eyebrow open in good shape. I don't know. Thanks for responses. I'm the asshole, and I'm going to go kiss ass now. Oh, I don't know what happened in the comments, but my man decided he needed to get right. Is he the asshole for kicking his wife out after his wife punched her in the face? Punched his mom in the face?
Yep. He's the asshole. Most definitely.
Yeah, he took the situation and made it about himself.
Yeah. And I'm sorry that he grew up in an abusive situation and that it seemed to trigger some things in him. Like I said, I get that. I see that. But you telling your wife and essentially your child to get out the house because you had a reaction? No bueno. You instead be like, I gotta go. I need a moment. You do whatever you got, but of course his brain's not working like that. I wish his brain was working that way. I gotta
go. I can't stay.
But of course it wasn't working that way. And if you get her back, bro, you hold her close. And
tiny
because you really are a real turd burglar for that one. I can tell you that. Thanks, great value, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Like I was expecting, something different. Yeah, that dude's definitely an asshole.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's do this one because it's kind of sad, and the other one seems kind of a little less. So, mad asshole for punishing my daughter for 2 weeks for what she did to her BFF. My daughter
preemptive.
Oh yeah, go ahead, hit me up.
I'm going to say not the asshole.
I agree.
Daniel, do you agree or are you flipping the opposite?
No, I agree.
Fair enough. Let's go. My daughter for the last 2 weeks has not been able to hang out with anyone. Has had her phone taken away and her laptop. She is grounded. This started because I looked through her messages. She was having a fight with her best friend. Her best friend comes over pissed, and she said she took a prank way too far. Asked her what she's talking about, and she wouldn't tell me. I ended up going through her messages with her BFF, and that was where the prank happened. I really want to throw quotes around the word prank in this situation. My daughter said, I have to tell you something, and admitted she had feelings for her best friend. Her best friend said, I don't know what to say, and I need to process this. She said, I'm shocked. I have no words. Let me get back to you with an answer. That is when my daughter said, I was just joking. It was a prank. Her best friend freaked out. She didn't believe her at first, but my daughter kept saying it was a prank, and the best friend was now upset, and she needs a break from her for playing a prank that was so cruel. This really ticked me off. My daughter was mad and felt her privacy has been taken away. I said, I don't care. She's grounded. She didn't get to play these childish games. That was not a funny prank, and she needs to know that. She's been really depressed and crying in her room a lot. Not even because I took her phone away, but because her best friend is not speaking to her in classes. She said it was the weekend and she wished she could hang out with her best friend. I said that she got what she deserved. This is what happens when you act like a shitty person. She ran up to her room crying, and I told her to tell me why she would play such a prank in the first place. She said it's not a prank. I do like her. I got scared and called it a prank. I was not expecting that. I said, but you deny that. You said you said it was serious. You better not lie to me. Since when have you liked her? She started crying more and said she always knew. She didn't know how to deal with it. She told me to leave, and I did. She's been upstairs crying. I do feel bad for punishing her for these 2 weeks now that I know she isn't straight. Am I an asshole or did she deserve it? I mean, at the end of the day, she did fuck out. That's what this person wrote.
Man, she be 5-man flip.
Oh man, how did that? Okay. Let's see.
So I would say not the asshole because you were working with the information you had on hand at the time.
Correct.
Yeah.
I fully agree. I don't think this person's an asshole. Let's dig into the comments on this one. First comment says, I think it depends on what you do next. You're going on the assumption that it was a prank that was shitty on her part. Now that you know it wasn't a prank, she needs your love and support and guidance, not punishment. She's still facing the natural consequences of her jerking her BFF around like that, and she's going to need some help navigating the relationship again. So I'd say as long as you switch over to compassion now, not the asshole. The OP response, I appreciate that. I do know things are different now, so I will adjust. I will stop grounding / punishing her after this, and will try to mend the relationship between her and her friend. Thank you. At some point down through, because I had dug through the comments before, somebody was like, here, I'm just going to do a Control F, you're the asshole, and see if I can pop it up. You're the asshole. Ooh, okay, here's one. This is not the one I wanted, but here. The moment I read the beginning of this, I wanted to scream at my computer. It wasn't a prank. Your daughter admitted her feelings and then got scared. You're the asshole 100%. I said she got what she deserved. This is what happens when you act like a shitty person. I'm sorry, but this is shitty parenting, your words. You don't laugh at your kid's pain and rub salt in their wounds. Even if this was a prank, which it obviously wasn't for anyone with EQ. Her best friend may never want to talk to her again. That's a pretty bad punishment. What benefit does she get from you dunking on her? What does it teach her that her parents are happy that she's suffering because you think she's a shitty person? You really think a kid is going to differentiate you are acting like a shitty person and I, your parent, think you're a shitty person? I do, because words matter. But that's me. I actually cannot understand any possible not the asshole response here. This is just awful. Then she quotes again, or this person quotes again. She's upstairs crying. I do feel bad for her, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you should feel bad. You should feel just as bad as you made your daughter feel when you laughed at her and dunked on her. None of this laughing that this person thinks happened was said to have happened. This person literally made that up in their head. So we got to get the fuck out of here with that one. Let's see if we can find another one.
Why is James crying?
Because he just got dunked on. Let's see. I'm trying to find another one. Oh, here's one I love. These childish games. She's a fucking child, you asshole. Violating her privacy clearly isn't working out this between her and her friend any faster, and only submitting what an invasive busybody are. You're the asshole. Now, I saw a similar one to this, and this is the one I want to speak on. I'm not saying your child in your house does not have some bit of privacy due them. But I am saying I can at any time say, hand me that phone and go look through shit. I can. I pay for the phone. I pay for the roof over your motherfucking head. I pay for everything involved in this situation. If I'm saying it's message check time, it's message check time. You don't have all the privacy. You can, and I don't go checking my kid's phone, but if necessary, if I felt like this is a message checking kind of vibe, it's message checking time. And you got to hand the phone over. So I don't believe this notion of this parent invaded their child's privacy. There's only so much privacy a child should have. especially in the situation. And most doctors and most people will tell you that you should be able to check your kids' messages and social media and stuff like that there. So this person on some old, you invade their privacy. No, privacy of that level simply doesn't exist. It's false to believe that I'm not going to be. I should be unable to check my kids' the situation, check their messages. So I just fully don't agree with these people in that regard. Who claiming this person in the ass goes they got the audacity to check their child's messages. They should. Guess what? Their child was on some bullshit. So I hope for the best. I hope that this works out. I don't know if the best friend is queer or even has any kind of or whatever, but I hope that it can be worked out and maybe a friendship could be whatever. You invaded her privacy instead of talking to your daughter. Salvaged. Every time I see that bullshit, you invaded her privacy, bro. That is not what it is. What'd you say, Ant?
No, I said that the friendship can be salvaged.
Yeah, we hope as such. You know what I'm saying? Yuck. This last one. Am I the asshole for refusing to enroll my son in an all-boys school?
Yes. I'm going to go yes. Yes, no, yes.
Yeah, I was leaning yes, too.
Fair. Am I the asshole for refusing to enroll my son in an all-boys school? My son, 10 male, got accepted with a scholarship to an elite all-boys school. I never agreed for him to go through the admission process for the school, but my husband took him to the interview and everything anyway. Now that my son has been accepted, my husband and I are at odds. In my view, an all-boys school isn't ideal. The world is made up of women and men, and our son needs to learn to interact with both genders. Plus, all-boys schools perpetuate sexism, and there's much more bullying than regular schools. My husband says it's not like that we can teach our values at home, and that we won't find another school as good with scholarship. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity for our son, and we don't conditions to pay another school of same level. I don't know what that meant to be, but that's what it's written. I haven't signed the papers yet, and my son and husband are mad at me. My son isn't talking to me. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, I'm still gonna say yes because I didn't even go to an old boy school, but I knew from the beginning there's a pretty big one, St. Ignatius, and they still interact with girls. They still it's like one of the best educations you can get.
That's where my brother goes.
I wanted to go to. You go to St. Ignatius?
Yeah. I've heard about
that's incredible.
This. I asked him about this recently, and he says that they meet at sporting events, when his school has a hockey match, they'll meet girls there. They'll social media out in the public. Just because they don't do it at school doesn't mean that they don't meet the opposite sex. If that's what they're into. It's a little less available, but they still meet people.
They have sister schools.
It's a sister school.
So what's Ignatius' sister school? Is it Holy Name, or is it Magnif? Yeah, they have a sister school. I think it might be that. So trust me, they anyway. Update. Hey everyone, I've read most of the responses, and I've just talked to my husband. I agreed to enroll our son for 1 year. If I find out if he's being bullied, or acting in a misogynistic way, I'll take him out of school. But let's give it a chance. So they've already addressed and adjusted, which is good. But yeah, man, if you can get a good education that's paid for. Send that child to school. Let him get down to get down. And you sound like a mama who would not stand for the bullshit. So he definitely will have a strong female role model in his life. And again, like we just said, there are sister schools, and they will meet and interact and do little dances and so forth and so on. And
yeah, they be Superman in that hole.
Yeah, Crank that Soldier Boy in. Oh my gosh. That has been this week's Am I the Asshole? Let's get to our entertainment situation, which means I need to share my screen. Because, of course, for the visual side of the program, I try to, share what I watched and discuss some things with y'all. So, boom. Told you I was going to rewatch this with Vanessa, and loved it a second time. And that is Netflix's Avatar: The Last Airbender. Again, they did get 2 more seasons, so I'm very excited about that. That show is so much better than it has any right to be, and I chuckle when I hear people angry about it, because I'm just like, it's an adaptation, and it's a damn fine adaptation, and it's so much better than the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong version or adaptation of the animated series. And if you really want to just get some more Aang action, then go watch the animated series. You'll be okay. I watched the Academy Awards, and this right here, when I was like, this Academy Awards, oddly enough, is going to win an Emmy for best of variety situation. I forgot what the Emmy Award for award shows is, but this Academy Awards is itself going to win an Emmys, because that I'm Just Ken was phenomenal. If y'all have not seen the Ryan Gosling's performance of I'm Just Ken at the Academy Awards, please do yourself a favor. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere. It is it's hands down amazing. It's one of the greatest things I've ever seen on television. A whole ass orchestra playing that music, and Ryan Gosling singing his damn ass off. Y'all forget, not y'all as in my homeboys, because my homeboys know. Ryan Gosling was in the same class of Mickey Mouse Club, of Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake. He just went actor as opposed to singer. But that man can sing, and it's so amazing. It was so great to see. And just in general, I really, really, really enjoyed the Academy Awards. And speaking of which, one of the things I watched this past week was Poor Things, which netted 4 Oscars this past Sunday, including Best Actress for Miss Emma Stone here. We discussed this at the last Academy Awards. I truly feel like if you get the titties out, you got a better chance of winning. And she certainly did this in this film. This film is amazing. It is very much a combination of Barbie and Dr. Frankenstein in all the best ways. And everything it was nominated for, it was deserving as such. And the things it won for, it should have won for, including her acting, because her acting is bonkers good in that movie. So then I was like, man, I really feel like I watched a good number of Oscar contenders go around. And so here are the things that were Oscar nominated that I actually ended up watching, that I have watched this year, and realized that as I watched the Academy Awards and they run through the nominations. I watched The Holdovers, where Da'Vine Joy Randolph won Best Supporting Actress. So deserved. I love this movie. Thank you, Box, for letting me know when it was on Peacock and recommending it, because it was a very, very, very enjoyable movie. But her, that little subtle Boston accent she doing, and playing an aggrieved mother, again, a really fantastic movie. And the nominations they had, that film had were very much deserved. I also have watched The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. I watched that without knowing. I didn't even know it had been nominated. So I had watched that forever ahead before the Academy Awards. But as it turns out, I'd watched the winner for Best Short, and Wes Anderson's first Oscar ever, and he wasn't even there to accept it. So,
oh wow,
yeah. I watched Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer, of course, cleaned up at the Academy Awards, winning both best film and best director. Usually they'll split. They'll give somebody best film and somebody best director. Nah, got them both. Best actor, best supporting actor, and a bunch of other stuff. Oppenheimer wrecked shop. Ludwig Göransson won best score, music, whatever for Oppenheimer. So I'm saying lots of Academy Awards for that movie. Well deserved. A really good movie, in my opinion. Galaxy 3 was nominated for Best Effects. It did not win, but it was nominated. What won that category was instead Godzilla -1. And people was like, yo, these Hollywood FX studios got to know. Them Godzilla -1's cats did what they did on a wildly tight budget and so forth and so on, and cool beans. But I guess what? I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, so I saw an Oscar-nominated film. Of course, I saw Barbie. Love Barbie. Barbie had a few nominations, Best Supporting Actress, which America Ferrera didn't win, but she was nominated. But Barbie did win Best Song. It's Billie Eilish and I forgot her brother's name. Her and her brother won, and they did win for Best Song, so that was pretty great. I've seen Spider-Man Across the Universe, which was in the Best Animated category. It lost to The Boy and the Heron, which is a Miyazaki joint, which people are like, he shouldn't have won for that one because it's not a good movie, but they owed Miyazaki for many a movie before this. So, also saw Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, which is also the effects category, and it is wild because they show the VFX like getting in, like basically they show everything getting drawn in. How much of that, in this case, the train scene was not real at all. You'd never know it. You would never know it because it looks so damn real. And all of that was VFX, which is crazy to me. Plus, my man Tom Cruise does his own stunts, which is also bonkers to me. And is that it? What's this? Oh, that's Aquafina. So let's talk about Aquafina. So there you go. I ran through it all. Let me grab my my actual list. Like I said, I just want to stand down with those. I can stop sharing. I've been messing around with this my analog pocket, as I just told you earlier. I'm saying I got another game in for that, so that's been fun. I truly keep going back and listening to that Ty verse from that Craigville versus Ty rap battle, because that shit it just, I don't know, bro. It's a fascinating performance to me, and so I really dig it. But you know what I was bumping all day today and driving super fast to in residentials? Probably shouldn't have been doing that, but you know, it is what it is. I was playing Mother by Danzig. Glenn Danzig is the lead singer of the band Danzig. And that has been that. I don't know why that song was just reaching out to me today, but it was. So, words to Danzig for the song Mother, because that song kicks all sorts of ass. And if you want to find hell with me, you know where it's at. So that's
Mother's Day is coming up.
What's up?
I said Mother's Day is coming up.
A couple of months. And if you were in England, it was this past Sunday at the Academy Awards. So people kept saying Happy Mother's Day. Oh. And people was like, what the fuck is going on? Why do they keep saying Happy Mother's Day? Because all the UK people were saying Happy Mother's Day to their moms because it was Mother's Day in England that day. So that is what I've been watching, listening to, participating in, and getting down with. What about you, gentlemen?
Mine is pretty quick. I still watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's like maybe the only like new thing I'm watching. Like, you know, currently, like Abbott, like it's been up and down.
I got caught up on Abbott yesterday, in fact. So I'm all the way caught up on Abbott as well.
Yeah, I'm not caught up on Abbott. I started watching The Last Airbender, but my partner liked it so much she kept on going, and like she has since stopped watching it with me and just been watching it on her own. And then like most importantly, Gossip Kings had their last episode last night.
I saw Carl seemed genuinely upset about when it was real who Gossip Girl was.
Yes. Two things. One, like, yeah, he seemed upset, but I think I don't know if he knew her. It kind of seemed like he knew a little bit, but he guessed it like during season 1 of the podcast. He's like, man, I bet you it's Dan. But yeah, it was a fun watch to be watching the shows with the final show with them.
Yeah,
because I tried to watch it like one other time, and like last night was the only other time that I watched the show with them. But it's kind of like it's one of my it's in my top 5 podcasts to listen to. I look forward to every Friday, and this Friday is going to be not sad, but like, you know, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and that's other than ours. Like, I don't know. I'm faithful to all the podcasts I listen to. Like, my mama told me I don't miss a week,
and I listen to it multiple times. Not that serious podcast. I listen to it every week, and I probably listen to it multiple times. But man, the best part of the show is when they don't talk about Gossip Girl. so I'm gonna miss those combination of Carl and Lamar talking about Gossip Girl and just talking about other random stuff. But it was great to view that last night, and I was happy to support them. And it was a good thing.
Anything else?
Nope.
Fair enough. Mr. Box.
Oh, the audio cut out for a second.
No, we were just quiet.
Oh. I haven't watched a ton of things that are recognizable. I watched Oppenheimer the other day. And then thoughts? It didn't feel 3 hours long.
Not at all.
Yeah, like it was just one continuous story that like nothing felt too out of place. Like it didn't feel like it was carrying on. It just felt like I watched the movie, and then next thing I knew, 3 hours had gone by.
Yeah. Where did you guys watch it on?
I bought the 4K for Vanessa for Christmas.
I watched it on Peacock.
I think it's on Peacock. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I had to watch 3 minutes of ads at the beginning, and then it just played through without ads the whole movie. Well, because I don't pay for the adless Peacock, so
yeah. Oh, I was gonna say it's in my Movies Anywhere. So if you just want to log in my Movies Anywhere and watch it, I will send you the login, and you can get down if you don't already have it. So
yeah,
no commercials.
Today
for that.
I watched last week's episode of Halo, and then I started today's episode, but I had to put it on hold to come down here and do this show. So beyond that, like I've watched some wrestling, watched some sports, watched people play Call of Duty, YouTube usual
Any Call
stuff.
of Duty for yourself?
I played a little bit on Sunday, but I haven't played much. I haven't played since. It just gets hard during the week for me to play very much. Like I got other shit going on, and sometimes other people can't play, and I don't like it enough to go out and play by myself. So I try to avoid that as much as possible.
Fair.
And then work's picked back up some this week, so like I haven't gotten to play Halo or nothing. Like I haven't made time for Halo to play Halo this week.
I hear you. Yeah. So there you go, people. That is what we have watched and enjoyed and been entertained by this week, and that is a show. Thank you for joining us this week. Housekeeping, please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. That usually just means Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Just give me them 5 stars, baby. That's all I'm asking for. Go give us a subscribe over on YouTube. I try to get audio versions of the show up. There's one that's been processing in the background of this whole episode right now. And in fact, if I go look at my Premiere Pro, it is done. So I can close Premiere Pro and have it stop beating the shit out of my computer while I'm doing this shit. It had about 15 minutes left of export. So we'll get that up and out to the people here on the YouTube side of the business here shortly. If you want to support the show financially and got a few bucks to our way, consider joining us over on Patreon. Members of the $5 and above tier get extra content each. The $5 tier and below technically get extra content each month and early access to new shows. We also have merch over at tpublic.com/user/StageCrunchyMilk, all one word. Feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We'd certainly love to hear from you, and hear from you we have. This is of course on the Spotify show page, but also want to give a shout out to let me jump over to Twitter right quick. The old notifications. Blue Shirt and Jacket on Twitter. Y'all remember you might not remember, but I made a reference to it comes with a slice of cantaloupe at the end, which is a direct reference to a Simpsons episode where Marge was seeing a man to teach her how to bowl with a ball that Homer clearly bought for himself. And Lightweight was emotional affair with dude. And Blue shirt and jacket got the reference, and I'm definitely going to send them a shirt because I think that's just dope. So respect due to that listener, and me go over here to our Spotify page, and it's just a couple of responses. The episode 528, nibbling on the tip. The question for the week was, have you ever traveled internationally, and if so, where? And the homie Carrie was like, I was in the Navy, so I've been to Italy, France, Greece, Spain, Turkey, and Bahrain. We also did the Virgin Islands, but I was drunk the whole trip, so I don't remember which exact island. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. And also on episode 529, I'll stare a hole in a motherfucker. Word to Daniel. Carrie hit us up again and said, literally just talked to my wife. Oh, the question of the week was, y'all cooking for Easter? I remember we had discussed kind of some Easter situations of macaroni, cheese, and all that stuff. And Carrie said, literally just talked to my wife about what we're cooking for Easter before I press play on the episode. We either go smoke a pork shoulder or a turkey breast. Always show love the turkey breast because I enjoy it. I don't eat swine, so no, I'm not knocking you. Enjoy the ham if you enjoy the ham, but like I said, I'm a turkey breast kind of vibe, and I don't know, man. On the real, I ended up paying so much less for a whole bird than I did for the breast this last go round that I kind of just like, I might as well just make the whole damn bird. But also, I really have no intentions of cooking for Easter. But thanks, Carrie. Thanks, blue shirt and jacket. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to the listeners who show love. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Word to April. Don't think we don't know and then don't love you. She had given us a little like on one of the Patreon posts. So don't think we don't know. Don't think we don't still love you, because we do. I know you be quiet, but you always, and I mean she always shares the link, shares the show on IG. So I posted, if I post a picture on IG, trust me, it's in her stories. So fuck with it. The long and the short way. That is, of course, the 216's own Tatum.
Yes. Papa don't preach.
I'm not in trouble deep still. I made up my mind. I'm keeping my baby. That is Lunchbox 2099.
That is not my baby from the mountains of Caucasus.
You can hear my ice maker in the background, I think. There you go. I think it's settled. I am, of course, the internet's Tabriel at 713. Don't make me throw your ass in traffic. We'll catch you next week. Until then, peace.
Watch out for the potholes.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.
So, when Ant froze on the screen and disappeared for a few, the application we used to record, Iris, actually kept recording on his end. We present to you Senior and Junior Talk the Latter's birthday. Hope you enjoy.
Did you want to say anything about your birthday? If you just gonna think about it, it was your birthday. You should know exactly what you want to say, man.
Yes, I do want to say something.
What's the favorite thing about your birthday?
Going to Dave & Buster's.
Okay. What's your favorite game there?
Minecraft.
Okay. What's the favorite thing you ate on your birthday or during your birthday weekend?
The apple pie.
Do you miss my apple pie, or were you fine with the apple pie you had?
Miss yours.
Okay, all right. What's your favorite present you got for your birthday?
My favorite present. It's either between the N13 and the Beast Lab.
Okay. Well, explain what an N13 and what a Beast Lab is.
An N13 is an action figure that comes in different colors, and has some free accessories.
And it's I think it's a 3D printed toy.
Oh, it was printed 3D.
Mm-hmm. Remember I was saying like the library up the street has like a 3D printing lab, and maybe we could do it in the class one day.
Oh yeah, maybe I can make a homemade one.
Maybe one day.
And make some accessories.
Sure.
And the Beast Lab is a thing where you're a scientist and a bunch of evil things happened, and you make a beast to stop all that. And there's different variations of it, like reptile and dino.
They had a cat, but I couldn't find a cat anymore.
Oh man!
I mean, you're not gonna get no more anyway. You got one, Emery got one. Like all everything that's gonna happen with Beast Labs in this house. Those things are freaking expensive.
I know.
Yeah, but both of y'all got a Beast Lab. You fine?
Yeah.
All right. So you're a big 9 now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect for your 10th birthday? What are your goals between 9 and 10? What do you want to conquer in this life?
I want to conquer being able to make a game in Roblox.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about perfecting the dish? Because I know you want to cook. Because you were supposed to cook a meal for your mom because she had you on your birthday. So we still got to do that for Mama. Do something nice for her. So what meal do you think you want to make for her?
Taco.
A taco? Okay. What kind of taco? You know what I think? Let's not talk too loud. Maybe we can make, because she loves salmon, we should make her like, you don't got to get you're right there. Like a salmon, like a fish taco, like a salmon taco.